Push the blue button. I don't know. All right, let's do this. What's going on? Let's do this, y'all. Let's do this.
Came from 𝗔𝗶𝗴𝗵𝗵𝗁 where it still don't sleep. Raised by his mom, pops ghost in the street. Concrete cradled him, lullabies and sirens. Pain made him sharper than a shank in Rikers. Crip rags in his closet, but his heartbeat wise. New loss of 10, saw soul Levi's.
Y'all come on up in here. Click that like button. Don't be a hater. Click that like button. We about to get into it. Talking about political power. Let's go.
He ain't just survived, he redesigned.
Congratulations, gladiators, graduate. I'm glad you made it through all the hatred. I hate it. Couldn't be the fate debated, but it's for me that I'll never fade. See that look close, all over flesh. Keep your circle tight, put the fake to rest. Some burn bridges, some burn the set.
Click that like button, we about to get into it.
Trip came from LA, raised by his queen, no pops, just hunger and gangster dreams. Slim, tall, and dark pain behind a smile. Dodge fake daily, ran with wolves wild. His mom called my pops when he didn't make it home after dark, and my answer like, that's my son from the start. I gave Trip structure, he gave me fire. Two halves of war, faith and desire. We chased skirts, fought ops, baptized in sin. Banged out pride with bloodstained grin.
I'm just sending out invites, y'all. Click that like button. Come on.
We dug it from
Congratulations, gladiators, they graduate. I'm glad you made it through all the hatred. I hate it. Couldn't be the fate debated, but it's more me than I'll never fade. See that look close, all over flesh. Keep your circle tight, put the fake to rest. Some burn bridges, some burn set. Some earn stripes, some place they bet.
I'm too much, raised in the IE flame. Pops a vet with the scars and aim. He taught me to move with a soldier's poise.
Come on.
But my brothers taught me how to hear the noise. My dad gave face, me and Trip that God. Their moms hugged me like I never left their side. We ain't shared blood, but we shared that pain. Shared the same block, same hood, made chains. From chasing women to ducking raids. From stick-up missions to street parades. We stood 10 toes, built from the mud. Now gladiators crowned in brotherhood love.
Congratulations, gladiators, they graduate. I'm glad you made it through all the hatred. I hate it. Couldn't be the fate debated, but it's for me that I'll never fade. See that look close, all over flesh. Keep your circle tight, put the fake to rest. Some burn bridges, some burn the set. Some earn stripes, some place they bet.
Here we go. Get them likes up. Get them likes up. What's up, Jordan B? What's good with you, baby? Too much, too much. Come on.
I ain't never switched.
I was raised in the lion's den, standing on truth.
I don't follow, I
inspire man, loyal to the code.
Got the wisdom of
1,000.
Every move I make
For the fam, that's the fountain.
Built from the struggle, integrity
In my spine,
character solid. You can
read between the lines.
talk what
Come
I
on,
live,
let's get to it. Let's get them lights up.
speak. Name, hold, weight.
In the west and the east,
Lessons from the block got me sharp like a
blade,
Made it out the fire, but the flame never
fade.
Soul made of steel, I don't shake.
I don't front. I'm too much. I'm the moon and the sun. Everybody know me.
Too much,
When you see me on the street,
too much.
I be on TikTok. Always standing on business. You know me. Come on.
When you see me on the street, too much.
I be on TikTok.
Always standing on business.
Too much.
Legacy on my back, I don't bend, I
I
don't
don't fold.
too much to name, but I never do the
Most.
Principles embedded, they don't come with a
Cost. I took every L like a boss, never lost.
Talk to the youth like a prophet in the street.
Come on.
Every bar is a jewel, every line is elite. Got the aura of a king, calm, never loud. But when
them
I
lights
step
up.
in the room, I still move the crowd. Sticking to the code, I don't break, I create. Everything I built from the ground, now it's great.
Come on.
Said I couldn't do it, now I'm living what I said.
I'm too much.
Lead with heart,
Not just bread.
Everybody know me. Too much.
When you see me on the street. Are we gonna get into it, y'all? Y'all gotta get them likes up though, for real, man. 4 people in the room, do me a favor, go ahead and pound that screen. We're gonna get into it. We're gonna give people a chance to jump in the room, but I wanna get started. Y'all. But I need y'all to get them likes up for me though. That's what I really do. I really need y'all to get them likes up for me. Cause I wanna talk about it, man. I wanna help our people advance. I wanna help us move. I wanna help us get focused. You know, a double-minded man receives nothing. So we need to focus, y'all. We need to focus. What's the objective today, man? What is the objective of today? What am I talking about? What's going on? What's the objective of today? First of all, let me get some announcement out the way, man. As I want y'all to put, pound the screen, get the likes up, right? I don't want you to be haters. But I want to give y'all some quick announcements. I want y'all to first of all check out fbacoin.org. We have our own cryptocurrency. It's called FBAC, the FBAC coin, the foundational Black American coin. It's phenomenal. It's not a meme coin. This coin actually does something for our community. And I just challenge you guys to check out the website and read the white paper. Download the white paper in its entirety. And get the game. Learn how the FBAC coin what it can do for our community, and understand we're in phase 1 right now. We're building up the liquidity pool. So I need y'all to do your due diligence and check it out. Okay. Couple things about to start happening. I'm about to start doing airdrops. If you are getting the likes up in the room, I want to reward the people who are getting the likes up in the room. I want to reward the people who are giving guests. I'm gonna start doing airdrops. I'm gonna drop some FBA coins on some people. Okay, so I may or may not do that this live, but this is definitely gonna be something that we're gonna start doing in my live. I'm gonna start doing some airdrops and sending some coin to people's wallets. Okay, so as long as you have a cryptocurrency wallet, I want to bless you. Especially if you're a foundational Black American. I definitely want to bless you. Okay, so there is going to be some stipulation and guidelines to that. If you're a foundational Black American and you're supporting the channel, I want to reward you. I want to encourage you, and I want to airdrop some coins your way. Okay, get the likes up, y'all. Man, listen, we can't be haters out here. It's hard to be a Black content creator, especially on a platform that we don't own, we don't run. This platform is owned by someone who's a non-FBA, so we're not necessarily going to get the love. Most of society leans towards the dominant society, which is the 𝗤𝗔𝗄𝘁 supremacists, right? They adopt their viewpoints, they adopt their mindset. Those are the colonizers. They adopt the because that's what happened. The colonizer is educating everyone. So as foundational Black Americans, we know we stand firmly against the colonized mindset, and we have adopted the Black consciousness. The Black consciousness is what's going to liberate us all. We are the only ones standing on business for fairness, for truth, for true justice. You understand? Everybody else, let's keep it a buck. Y'all want to be YT. I don't even know how best way to say it. Y'all want to be YT. So if y'all want to be YT, y'all act like them, and y'all want to adopt that mindset, and y'all think that's going to get you ahead. But we know as foundational Black Americans, we can't be nothing but Black. We can't be nothing but who we are. We can't change the color of our skin. We can't change the struggle that we've been through, and we embrace it all, and we stand firmly against any type of oppression. That's why when y'all do y'all marches, who do y'all want standing next to you when y'all doing y'all marches for justice? Y'all want us. So I just want to challenge everybody, man, in the room to support Black content creators, because we need love too. I'm tired of seeing people dancing in the video, just and getting 100,000 likes, and they ain't really doing nothing. But when you got thorough people like myself and other people in this space giving y'all the game, and y'all just want to act like they're just You know, like they ain't really doing nothing when they are. So let's keep that above. So what I want to talk about today, man, I want to talk about empowering foundational Black Americans to understand and mobilize real political power. I need my people to understand what real political power is, what it looks like, what it feels like, and even what it sounds like. What is real political power? Voting is a solid block. Voting in a solid block. Creating our own candidates, funding our own lobbying commissions, especially by utilizing the FBA coin, and refusing infiltration from outsiders. It's very important that we delineate. Delineate. That's what we got to do. We have to keep that delineation going. When they march, we don't march. Whatever cause they're fighting for, let them stand on business. Because when we have things going on in our community, we look around, we look to our left, we look to our right, and we realize we are all we got. So I want y'all to get that mindset that, listen, nobody's going to love us better than we love ourselves. Nobody's going to love our community better than how we love our community. So we have to start getting that mindset to give Black privilege to other foundational Black American people. We have to give our own rights and our own privileges to those people. So that's where we're at, y'all. So power is organized. We got to understand that power is organized. Power is intentional, and power doesn't beg, it builds. I want you guys to really understand that. Power is organized. The days of the lonely only, the days of the individual, the days of us doing whatever the heck we want to do is over. There's no power in chaos. There's no power in independent movements. Everything we do from here on out has to be as a collective. We have to move as a collective. Power is organized, power is intentional, and power doesn't beg, it builds. Let me say that again. Power doesn't beg, it builds. When we say we are standing on business for reparation, we are not begging. First of all, I'm done discussing it with people, right? If you're not from my community, you don't understand anyway. You don't understand anyway. My job, it's not my job to convince you to do right by me. I'm done with that. Now I'm moving in a way that says, you know what? Instead of me complaining with the dominant society or the non-FBA or the YT person about something that's owed to me, now it's time for me to show you now it's time for me to mobilize my people, and we stand on business until we get what's due to us. What is standing on business? What am I talking about when I say that I'm not begging for reparations and I'm standing on business for reparations? I'm moving in the political arena, because that's how we're going to win that battle. When we start lobbying and we lobby the right people, see, I'm okay with allies, right? But I understand that this political game is done with money in hand, with a briefcase. And I'm looking at a politician, and he may not be from my community. But if I pull up on him with the briefcases, I can persuade him to persuade his other constituents to my way of thinking. You understand what I'm saying? So why am I going to sit there and argue back and forth with a suspected YT supremacist when I can just speak truth to power in the right places, in the right circles, to the right person? I can actually do more for my people by empowering someone else who doesn't look like me to preach my message. The same thing they do. Let me tell you what they do. when the dominant society doesn't want to seem racist, you know what they do? They put their words in somebody with this color skin's mouth and let them go do the candidacy, right? They let them go speak on their behalf. So when you say, oh, that's racist, they be like, well, a black man said it. So I get it. It's the game that we play. So I can do the same thing. Let me empower the YT man. Let me put the words into his mouth and let me have him say, hey man, these people need reparations. And it gives the same effect. So that's the power that I'm talking about. Power doesn't beg, it builds. We've been taught to vote individually, emotionally, and symbolically. Those days are over. Those days are over. We've been taught to vote individually, emotionally, and symbolically. We don't, symbolism is nothing but a nothing burger. We don't want a building. We don't want a street named after us. We don't want some token black. We don't want some empty promises. We don't want you to say, we don't want you always pointing, oh, the Republicans are racist. We don't want to play that game, because we know that there's racism right here in the Democratic Party. So we don't want to play Republicans or Democrats. We don't want to play that game of back and forth of emotion. We don't want to play that every time something happens on the street, one of us get harmed, and then immediately it gets co-opted by the radical left. And now they're saying, see, that's why you got to vote Democrat. No, we're not playing those games. The days of us voting individually, emotionally, and symbolically are over. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We are now going to move strategically, surgically, and key right here, collectively. We are now going to move strategically, surgically, and collectively. That is where the true power is. Do you understand that? Power doesn't beg, it builds. Power is organized. Power is intentional. We have to move intentional, people. Do you understand that? We have to move intentional. And we can't do that. We can't do that if we're falling for emotionalism or symbolism. If it ain't lineage-based policies, if it ain't tangibles, I'm out. I'm out. Y'all get the likes up. Thank you for the likes. Get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. Because listen, I told you, when y'all come over here, we're going to spit nothing but game. I don't know what everybody else is talking about, but over here, we're gonna speak truth to power over here. See, appointed leaders are often hand-picked shields for Democrats or Republicans. The problem with begging for reparations is we're begging Democrats and we're begging Republicans for something that they know they should already do. We need to stop doing that. We can't trust appointed leadership anymore. We can't trust token blacks anymore. We can't trust that. We have to question everything, especially if you're a foundational black American. You have to question the very lineage of another person who might have the same color skin as you, because their lineage might not line up with your lineage. You understand what I'm saying? Most people, when they come to America, they're not trying to associate themselves with black. Let's be real about it. They're trying to associate themselves with who? The dominant society, aren't they? They're trying to get cookies and crumbs and benefits from the dominant society. And oftentimes that means taking our resources, right? In order to extract our resources, they got to cosplay as us to do it. So when it's convenient, they're black, right? When it's convenient, they're black. But when it comes time to stand on business, I'm Nigerian, I'm African, I'm Caribbean. It's not my fault, it's not my plight. I'm Hispanic, I'm Afro-Latin. They separate themselves real quick. So we have to understand that appointed leaderships are often really ops. The Al Sharptons, op. Jesse Jackson, op. All of them. The Boule. These so-called leaders do not represent lineage-based interests. They serve party interests. They serve party. Loyal to the party. Exactly. Loyal to the party. These type of people are no good for us. Their lineage is not our lineage. Their problems are not our problems. Their solutions are not our solutions, people. We need to be pushing our lineage, our policies, our solutions for our people. We should not be adopting theirs. And we should not be allowing them to come into our circle and take away benefits that are rightfully supposed to come to us. Foundationless leaders result in foundationless policies. Foundationless leadership result in foundationless policies. We cannot trust anyone outside our lineage. And even the ones in our lineage, we need to make sure that they are lineage first and not party first. See, anytime somebody comes in here and they start speaking, oh, Democrat, 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 you're a bot. You're a bot. You're not real. Right? You're not real. You're just regurgitating information that you got from your home base. And your home base is that Democrat plantation that a lot of us been on for over 60 plus years. See, I don't owe anything to I don't owe anything to the Democratic Party, and I don't owe anything to the Republican Party. But I owe everything to my lineage. See how that works? I owe everything to my lineage, but I owe nothing to these political parties. So why am I running around regurgitating what they say and trying to get my people to fall in line with what they say when no, we know that we need to have our own message. And if anything, that party needs to adopt our message or we don't give them our vote. Does that make sense? If they're not pushing something that's benefiting our policies, our lineage, we can't trust them. Foundationless leadership results in foundationless parties. The more we keep voting for non-SBAs because they got this skin color and putting them in power, the more we're going to continue to get abused. The more we're going to continue to get taken advantage of. And the more they're going to marginalize us. The more the buffer class is going to act indignant and thinking they can get away with saying and doing anything to us. See how that works? If you're organized, you're just a customer in the marketplace of survival. If you're not organized, you're just a customer in the marketplace of survival. That's what you got to understand. We have to not only organize, but we need to mobilize. Because the days of running around here doing our own things, being strong, black, independent, that's done. That's not going to get us anywhere. That's going to allow us to be conquered easy, swayed easy, and you know these Sambos and these Boulets, you know how they are. And you know these Sambos and these Boulets, you know how they are. Oh man, we just got to keep voting Democrat. It's going to get better. Well, let me ask you, has it got better? Has it really gotten better? Are you just fooling yourself? Are you under the heavy propaganda and witchcraft that makes you think life got better? Let me make sure I got my oh, hold on, y'all. I gotta make sure So my phone got a new update, y'all. This is crazy. I don't even know how to switch it to my Wi-Fi. That's crazy, yeah. There we go. Okay, there we go. All right. Got the Wi-Fi going now. It's gonna go right now. Okay, we're good. So yeah, the days of us being unorganized, the days of them using emotionalism and symbolism to to get us to vote the way they want us to vote, that's over. Now, we need to vote as a block from here on out. From today and on into the future, we need to vote as a block. Yeah, they're happy with fake history and fake ownership also. Yeah. Listen, we know who we are now. Listen, if you don't know who you are, you better find out. If you don't know your genealogy, if you don't know who your family is, it's time. It's time you know. If you don't know who foundational Black Americans are, if you're part of the lineage and you don't know who you are, you come from a stock of greatness. Let me tell you. You are a unique people. You are a peculiar people. And you are the main character in this life. You are the main character. You are the only thing that's standing against evil. You're the only one. You are the main character in this movie called life. Everybody else, they're just fixture. They're just role players. But you, my friend, if you're of this lineage, if you're foundational Black American, you are the main character, and everybody else have main character envy. Notice that everything is always about you. Everything is always about keeping Black Americans down. They don't put not even a centimeter more effort into anybody else keeping them down like they do to us. I understand that. You are great and you are a powerful people. You come from a rich lineage. And if you do your genealogy and you really find out who you really are, you can walk with your head. You can be confident and you can walk with your head up high. You can walk with your head up high knowing that you were put in this world for a purpose. Okay? I don't want to go too deep. But a lot of people, listen, we're no longer playing the humble role anymore. We're no longer walking around acting like we're not who we are. We're not him. We are him. You know what's going on with Shedeur Sanders? That's wrong, y'all. He should never been a 5th round draft pick. Why? Because the brother's confident, because he comes from a good home, he comes from a good family, because he doesn't fit the single mother narrative, struggling, growing up poor. No, man. We are a soil-born people. We are royalty. This is our land. So I'm not gonna be thankful and grateful for crumbs. Crumbs are for bums. You understand what I'm saying? Crumbs are for bums. That's not for foundational Black Americans. I'm an American. I'm a true American. Look up the Webster's Dictionary 1828 and ask Webster's. Go to the Webster's Dictionary of 1828 and ask it, what is an American? And you're going to find out right away who you are. I'm an American. Everybody else, y'all are immigrants. But I am an American. And I'm proud of it. I'm a foundational Black American. I come from a unique lineage which had a unique struggle, and I am the main character in this game or movie called life. Get over it. Everything is about me. If you didn't notice, everything is about me. And that's just how it is. But we got to move as a code, family. Code bound, not scattered individuals. Our political candidates should fear losing an entire voting block, not just some votes. You understand? Our political candidates should fear losing an entire voting block, not just some votes. You see what we did to the Democratic Party? They need to be very, very afraid because it will happen again. Thank you, Negro Esther. Appreciate you. It can happen and will happen again. When I say we need to make them fearful of losing an entire voting block, let's talk about the small hats and their voting power. You ever notice that Israel policies are always protected? You ever notice that? Is it just me? Or do y'all know that Israel policies are always protected? Y'all know who else? Y'all know who else got a strong voting block? The Cubans. The Cuban Americans, their voting power. You ever notice that Cuba embargo remains for generations? It never got lifted. The Cuba embargo never got lifted because they vote as a bloc. And people pander to them. People pander to the small hats, and they pander to other groups that vote in number, that vote in large number, that vote as a bloc. The Hispanic community, they vote as a bloc. You have a few of them vote this way, but majority of them, we know what side they vote for. We need to be mercenaries, people. Who's ever going to give us what we want, who's ever going to give us tangibles, that's who gets our vote. We withhold our vote for policy, for lineage-based policies. We withhold our vote. If they're not giving us what we want, we don't give them our vote. It's simple as that. We need to move as a voting bloc. Lineage-based policies only. Lineage-based policies only. Minority policies dilute FBA issues into vague, diversity points. We can't fall for the we can't fall for the okie doke no more. We need FBA only policies based on our historical injury. That's what we need. We need reparations, which are cash payments, not social programs. Don't let them fool us with social programs and think that that's reparations. Affirmative action, DEI. We can't fall for that. Oh, I'm going to build a statue. No. Reparations. And reparation is cash payments first. We'll take the land. We'll take the casinos if y'all want to give us that. But it got to be in the form of cash first, because that's the biggest place we've been harmed. We've been locked out of generational wealth for so long. Don't give me no land and don't give me no money. I want the cash first, and then I'll take the land. That's all I'm saying. Land access and ownership protections. Small business and investment grants specifically for FBA. Not this lift all stuff. Not this lift all stuff. We're not doing that. You get a business. You get a business. No. FBA only policies. I don't want somebody trying to come in and be like, well, I'm black, so I should get it too, and they come from a different lineage. If you're not from a foundational black American lineage, this doesn't belong to you. That's how we want it. We don't want it in the form of lift all, so everybody get. No. We want it specific. We want it lineage based, lineage specific policies, lineage specific reparations, land access and ownership, small businesses and investment grants, specifically for foundational black Americans. That's what we want. How are we going to do that, though? How are we going to do that? How are we going to get these people to give us what we want? Remember, I said power doesn't beg, power builds. Call from San Antonio, Texas. Okay. Power doesn't beg, power builds. How are we going to do that? We got to lobby. We have to learn how to lobby. Lobbyists control Washington, D.C., not voters. Lobbyists control Washington, D.C., not voters. We have to utilize, we got to be strategic when we lobby. One of the ways we can start lobbying today instead of waiting for tomorrow to come is, listen, y'all. Let me take a quick break real quick. Make sure y'all like in the panel, like, smash, apply pressure to the screen, get the likes up, do this. Tap the screen, tap the screen, tap the screen. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up. Listen, I'm going to start doing airdrops, y'all. Listen, we have a cryptocurrency coin. Make sure you go check out 𝗣𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗀𝗶. Let me tell you something. FBA coin isn't just about economic power. It's about creating self-funded, political, lethal lobbying commission. Okay? It's about creating a form of way we can lobby. That's why it's so important that you guys understand what the FBA coin is. It's a powerful tool that we can use today to leapfrog and get ahead, right? To collapse time frames, to get access to generational wealth, to keep money flowing into our community, to lobby, to give out microloans for our community. We have to utilize the tools that the good Lord, that the ancestors, that technology is giving us, okay? Blockchain technology is where it's at, people. We have to utilize the FBA. The FBA coin is going to help us lobby. Let me say that again. The FBA coin is going to help us lobby. We are the ones that are going to get us out of this condition. We are the ones that are going to get them to bend to our will, but we can't do it if we're scattered. We have to be on code. We have to have our own voting block. We have to have our own currency even. And that's what the FBA coin does. It gives us access to our own currency, which gives us our own political power. Notice, all nations have their own currency. You see how big of a power move that is of the FBA coin? That we come with our own cryptocurrency. Let me tell you that crypto is the future, y'all. Blockchain technology is the future. We went from analog to digital to blockchain. We might as well fully adopt it now before they do. So we have an advantage. An economical advantage and also a political advantage. The dollar directs traffic in DC, not hope. We got to understand that. The dollar directs traffic in DC, not hope. Keep hope alive? No. Currency is the exchange. That's how we're going to flip these politicians to do right by us. The same way everybody else is doing, APAC, we need to do our own. The FBAC coin is how we're going to get ahead and how we're going to win these politicians over to our side to do right by our people. Lobbying. I also want you guys to think big. Think tank. Building think tanks is also next on our agenda, if not right now. Every powerful ethnic group funds think tanks. Think tanks study, organize, strategize policies for their survival. Every ethnic group funds think tanks. Why aren't we? Why are we the only ones not doing that? Why are we the only ones not doing that? We need a think tank to study our condition, what's happening to us, organize and strategize policies for our very survival. Otherwise, we're just going to be erased. Otherwise, thank God the borders have slowed down. Because, man, the same party that we was voting for was trying to unalive us, y'all. Do y'all know that? The same party that most of us have been under the propaganda and witchcraft and were voting for was trying to take us out. They were trying to erase our history. And we weren't woken up yet. We were just Democrat, vote Democrat. That's insane. The same very party, what's going on, Niche? The same very party that we've been voting for the last 60 years was trying to erase us, y'all. Erase our history, erase our culture, and give it to people who don't even care. Trying to hand over our hip-hop, trying to hand over our genres of music, right? Trying to tell us what culturally black is when we already know what culturally black is. They were trying to erase us, family. Oh, everybody else gets to gatekeep their community, but we can't gatekeep our community. Family, they were trying to flood the zone with immigrants so they can take our resources, take our earning power, take over our culture. They try to dress like us, look like us, talk like us, to where we can't tell the difference who's who anymore. You got people with weird hairlines acting like they've been Black American for like acting like they black. You got people walking up thinking that they us because they were born here. No, being born in America does not make you a Black American. Being born in the same neighborhood or being raised in the same neighborhood or vicinity as us doesn't make you a Black American. Just like me growing up in India doesn't make me Indian. You understand what I'm saying? Me growing up in a YT community doesn't make me YT. But these people were thinking, hey, I grew up in a black neighborhood. I went to HBCU. I must be black. No. We're stopping that. We need FBA think tanks to craft policy proposals, train future political leaders, research enemies of black empowerment, and create narratives before corporate media spins them. We got to take back our own narrative, y'all. We can't keep letting the dominant society spit out these lies about us. That's why I'm so proud of what's going on with Carmelo Anthony. I'm so proud that black people showed up and said, you're not going to railroad this kid. This kid is going to get due process. He is innocent before proven guilty, and it's your job to prove that he was guilty. You're not going to make him guilty. We're not going to you're not going to let him sit and rot in jail because you feel something, a certain type of way. No. This was a stand your ground state. Penal Code 9.31, 9.32 says he had every right to be there. He had every right to stand his ground and protect himself the best way he knows. Listen, my uncle taught me this a long time ago. All you got in this life, all you really own and possess in this life is the square that you stand on. Hear me. All you really own and possess in this life is the square that you stand on. And if anybody comes in and tries to take you off your square, you got a right to defend yourself unto the unaliving. You can't take the square that I'm on, the space that I occupy, you can't violate that space. That's a threat upon threats. That's I got a right to this space. I got a right to this space. So being in the stand your ground state, man, your emotions may say one thing. You may even feel some type of way because you're part of that person's lineage or not. But that doesn't take away that man's space was violated. And he had every right to defend himself and stand on business. Now, it's going to be up to the courts to decide and the jury to decide, but you're not going to railroad that man, and you're not going to give him a guilty verdict before he even went to court. So I'm so proud of the Foundation of Black American Community for standing up for that brother. I'm so proud of that. You're not going to railroad our brothers anymore. The days of just I'm white and I say so, and the white supremacy and the white privilege, it's going up. Do y'all feel it? It's going up out the door. I know y'all want to bring them days back, but guess what? We're not going back. We are futuristic people, and whether you want to go or not, we're going to take you to the future. And the future is foundational Black American. I want you to understand that. All this, I'm next up. If you think you're going to become the colonizer, you're not next. Because one thing about foundational Black Americans, we don't want to become the colonizer. We stand on business. We stand for truth and justice. Truth and justice. We stand for fairness. And we know if the game was fair and the rules were fair, that's already in our favor. You see how that works? We know that if the playing field was level and everybody started at square one all over again, and the rules were fair and clearly defined, we have the advantage. And that's what we want. We want to bring back fairness. We want to bring back truth. We want to bring back justice. We don't want to become the colonizer. We don't want to colonize anybody. We just want truth and fairness to prevail. And wherever the chips fall, that's where they fall, and we will accept it. If you can get with us, if you can get with us fair and square, we'll give you our respect. But all this you need in this welfare system of white privilege, we don't respect that. We can't respect it. We just can't. Fair and square though, get us on an even playing field. That's why sports is so important, because sports have clearly defined rules, and they have a sense of integrity and fairness that's built into it, that you see when we play the game, and the rules are clearly defined, and everything is level. We succeed. We succeed faster, better. We're stronger, we're faster, and we're much better and much more capable. So we have to understand that, y'all. We have to understand that we have to solve our own problems now. We have to guard our lineage. We have to guard our lineage. Non-FBA people do not speak for us. Non-FBA people do not speak for us. They have different histories, they have different loyalties, and they have different grievances. They can't speak for us. Allowing others to represent us unalives our leverage. If we're ever going to get leverage and we're ever going to get lineage-based policies, we can't allow other people who are not from our community to speak for us. Those days are over. So understand, listen, no disrespect to anybody, but this is just what it is. If you're not a foundational Black American and you're not from the grassroots, we're going to question everything you say and everything you do. We can't afford not to. We can't afford not to. No longer can we let people paint our picture for us or control our narrative and spin theirs. We can't allow people to keep coming in and taking. We can't have that. We can't have y'all taking our resources anymore. We're gatekeeping everything. Everything we create, we're going to claim it, and we're going to make sure you can't claim it. That's what we're going to do. Those days of allowing others to represent us. If you got a funny hairline, guess what? We're probably not going to vote for you. If you got a last name that's not common to us, we're not voting for you. We don't care what you look like. You could be Kamala Harris II. You're not getting our vote. None of it. We're not dealing with cosplayers anymore in our midst. We're calling it out. If you guys see anybody cosplaying, trying to pretend like they're us, you call it out. You let us know what's going on. We're not riding under that we're all black anymore. We're not all one big Negro. You got your tribe, and we got ours. Our tribe is FBA. Our tribe is the lineage. That's our tribe. No disrespect to anybody else, but that's just what it is. That's just what it is. The same way you got cultural pride and pride in your tribe, the same way we do too. We just going to be a little bit more louder now. A little bit more boisterous about it. We're going to be more unapologetic about it. Okay? So, what I want us to start thinking about is nationhood thinking. I'm sorry, man. Our brothers, our NOI brothers, they've been trying to tell us since the 50s, 60s, and 70s. They've been trying to tell us nationhood thinking. We need to own our own and we need to promote our own. Own our own and promote our own. Nationhood thinking, local action. Nationhood thinking and local action. Think nationally, think nationally, vote locally, and move globally. You understand? We think nationally or nationally, vote locally, vote in our own vote. Man, we got to show up and show out where we're from. And we got to move globally. We are a futuristic people. I'm going to keep saying this over and over again. Blockchain technology, that's who we are. We need to be all over anything block. We need to fully understand blockchain technology and dominate it. Dominate it before anybody else. We need to dominate it. Again, make sure y'all check out the FBA coin. FBAcoin.org. FBACOIN.org. Go check it out and do your due diligence. Support the coin. Support the movement that we're trying to make. We're trying to do big things here. Okay? I'm trustworthy, you guys. I'm not going nowhere. I'm not running off with nobody's money. This thing is built in with the DAO governance, so it's going to be governed by a group of people, and it's going to be fully transparent. It's already fully transparent, okay? So you don't have to worry. All you got to do is do your due diligence. Do your due diligence and do your research. Don't go off what your friend said or what you heard. Go read it for yourself. Go find out the answers for yourself. FBAcoin.org. Start there. Start there. So again, we have to think nationally, vote locally, and we got to move globally. Protect the lineage, fund the lineage, empower the lineage. Protect the lineage, fund the lineage, empower the lineage. That's what it's all about. Only support candidates who publicly acknowledge foundational Black Americans. If they say African American, no. They need to say foundational Black American. If we're going to support you as a candidate, we need to make sure you publicly acknowledge foundational Black Americans. You can't run off to Africa because you have to, man. I ain't got, man. This is my homeland. I can't, man, run off to Africa. Man, I'm here. I'm a foundational Black American. Okay, I'm good in every hood. Okay, my friends speak highly of me. Okay, my family. I don't know. I don't know about y'all. I don't know about y'all, but people know me from the city that I'm from. Okay, and again, I'm never afraid of getting doxxed. I don't have any skeletons in my closet. You're never gonna find me afraid of, of anything. Man, I don't fear nothing. I've given out my real phone number on here to a few people, to a couple people. They can call me right now. I don't have no Google phone. This ain't no Google. When I give you my phone number, it's not a Google phone number. It's my personal direct line. You understand? That's how serious I am. I'm not afraid of nothing. Now, some people might say, "Oh, that's crazy. You need to, I'll worry about that when it's time to worry about it." But right now, hey, if I don't want somebody calling me, I could block them. That's how I look at it. I just block you. How about that? But when I give out my real number, I want people to really know who I am. Okay, and those who call me from TikTok, they know me. They'll tell you about me. One of these days, I'm gonna bring. One of these days, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring up some of my friends, some of the people that I grew up with, and I want to have them speak so you guys can know who you're dealing with. Okay, I come from a good family. I come from good stock. We have integrity. I come from a place of people who have integrity. Integrity above all. So we're only supporting candidates who publicly acknowledge foundational Black Americans. I want to make sure that donate to FBA-centered initiatives through verified platforms. We're only donating to FBA-centered initiatives through verified platforms like FBA Coin. FBA Coin, listen, did y'all know that the FBA Coin is verified? The FBA Coin is verified. Go do your homework and check it out and see for yourself. It's verified. That lets you know it's real. It's not something that it's not a money scam or a scheme or anything like that. Okay? It's verified. And you should only be donating to FBA-centered initiatives that are verified. You don't go throw your money at any Black group that just comes up and says, "Oh, Black Project 2025," and you start investing your money. That's how you lose your money. That's why a lot of people who raised all that money for Black Project 2025, they lost that money, didn't they? Didn't they? They lost that money. Why? Because they got caught up in the moment. They got caught up in emotion. Oh, we're going to do something for our people. And come to find out, they not your people. All kinfolk, all kinfolk, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. Just because they look Black, talk Black, may even sound Black, that don't mean they're us. What you should be saying is, where is your family from? Question everything. If they put a Negro on TV, you know what? You need to don't trust it. I don't trust anybody they put on television. I don't trust anybody in Hollywood. I don't trust anybody in the mainstream media, because those are all puppets to me. Now, they may not be puppets, but I look at them like they are. There are very few people who are really standing on foundational Black American business. The rest of them are puppets. If the dominant society pays you, the dominant society controls you. That's how I look at it. And I say this all the time. I don't want to be rich if my people don't make me rich. If my people don't make me rich, I don't deserve to be rich. That's how I look at it, because first of all, I'm not afraid of being canceled, but I know if my people got my back, I can't be canceled. That's all I'm saying. So, create or join FBA chapters for political strategy and protection. We need to be starting our own FBA strategical chapters in our local area, and we need to click up nationally. We need to be moving as a block. We need to be building the grassroots. We need to be only messing with the grassroots. If you don't come from the grassroots, we can't trust you. Just bottom line. We can't trust you. We can't trust you. So that's all I got for you guys, man. Let me bring up a few people. Let me bring up a few people, man. Let me bring up a few people up in here. If y'all want to come up, request up. Let's chop it up. I got some time for a little bit, and then I'm gonna shut the live down, man. But I just want to get at y'all on that level, man. I gotta speak empowerment to my people.
Greetings, my brother.
Greetings, cousin. What's up, brother?
Not too much, not too much. I am absolutely all right with groups coming together or groups of FBA families coming together. My only issue is generally the dominant society. When they see us at a gathering hole, they tend to want to attack it in some way, shape, form, or fashion.
They're gonna attack it then. Let them attack.
So if we decide to do this, what we're supposed to do is make sure it has security outside.
Listen, we got to start funding our own protection. We can't wait for somebody to protect us. Hey, listen,
Absolutely.
when y'all hold these FBA meetings or whatever y'all gonna do in your own local or hometown, y'all need to be coming out the pocket. Y'all need to be having money put aside for, hey man, we got to make sure we got security out in the front. We got to make sure that, somebody does a sweep of the place, that there's no bugs, and we got to make sure that, you guys got to start putting these protocols in place. We can't expect somebody else to do it for us, so we got to protect our own. We got to protect our own. And
Absolutely.
I totally agree with that. So, put some money to the side, man. Don't be spending it on stupid stuff. Spend the money the right way. Spend the money strategically. It's for your own. We're fighting for our legacy here. We're fighting for our future. We're fighting for our kids right now. Because if we don't stand up today, who's gonna stand up tomorrow?
Absolutely.
So I agree. Go ahead.
Favor.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
No, it just hit me, man, because it just crossed my mind. I remember running across this little video the other day. This is a little young black African Ethiopian that was in Israel. And I mean, he looked like he might have been 7, 6, somewhere in there. Super innocent age. This either early 20 or late teen goes up and pretends to be playing, like they friendly and cool and whatnot. Put his hands on his face, on top of his head, the boy's thinking, all right, great, it's all good. That son of a bitch bent down and spit directly in that little boy's face, in his eyes. I was mortified by this action, bro. The way that they treat people over there, I'm pleased. I am mortified at how they treat black people over in Israel. Now, if he's over in Israel, he's already, quote unquote, a small hat, right?
Right.
So why would you do this to them? Why would you make that thing? Why would you do that? What kind of evil resides in you that you would do something like that? And then I look around and I see certain things from that community. It's basically as barbaric as it gets. It's like the lesson that they got didn't click with them. They learned the lesson of the oppressor, not to be more than your oppressor. Because that's all I see them doing right now. Now, again, I know I kind of changed the subject a little bit, but again, man, it just kind of took me back when I thought about it. Because, boy, I swear if I could have jumped through the phone, because you did it to a kid. And you knew no matter what that kid would have done in return, you would not have been significantly harmed. But you did that on purpose, man.
Where are the parents? Where's the pride? Where's the protection?
No, it's the lesson that they were taught. That's the whole point of, what are they calling it over there? Zionism? You get to do whatever you want to whoever you want, whenever you want, however you want. And that is exactly how they're acting. You know, again, oh man. Oh. And I mean, it wasn't just a patooey. I mean, it's like he hocking up a loogie, bro.
Listen, however we may feel about what's going on over there and how they do over here, that should be more reason why we need to get on code over here.
Oh, absolutely. Because you can see that they have nothing but ill intent for those melanated brothers and sisters. And it doesn't matter where they are. They have ill intent.
Listen, white supremacy is real, man. It's real. And it's a whole system that funds itself.
Well, no, I ain't gonna say that.
No.
They're using our money to fund them.
They're using they're using a system to make sure that money keeps funneling to where it's supposed to go. To them.
Agreed.
So our job is to dismantle the system. How are we going to dismantle the system if we don't have political power? How are we going to dismantle the system when we don't have lobbying power?
Well, you know, my thing is until we get those funds up, the politicians, as they stand today, are not listening to anything. They're only listening to money. This is how you get a Marjorie Taylor Greene in office. This is how you get a Lauren Boebert in office. And we're gonna be real honest. Well, let me be real honest. When Mitch McConnell held up Barack Obama's Supreme Court justice, talk about the idea of padding the courts with particular ideologies. It's, again, I don't want to go back to barbaric, but it's an evil that we have not been operating on. But they have been operating on that system the entire time. But this is why they try and keep us divided. This is why
y'all get the
they've done
up.
Everything.
Y'all get the likes up.
Yeah.
Please get the likes up. Get the likes up. Get the likes up.
They've done everything they can to attack our community. You know, when I listen to some of these other immigrant groups come up in here, and again, you know, they're loyal to the opportunity. And we come up in this, you all have no idea what y'all dealing with. You have no idea what you're working against. And I just can't. I want the system destroyed. Okay.
I'm gonna mute your mic up because there's some feedback in the background, but you can.
Oh, my bad, bro. Yeah, I got the heat coming on, popped on. A little cool where I'm at.
No, not you. I'm talking about Sun Godell. His mic was kind of hot, but listen, man. As long as we keep voting individually and not as a block, we'll never have true power. As long as we keep doing whatever the heck we want to do and not coming together strategically and surgically as a group, as a lineage, and moving, we're always going to be scattered to the wolves, and we're always going to be taken. Listen, as strong as we are, as dominant and as powerful as we are, as culturally dominant, as the main influencers in this country, right? As the main inventors in this country, how come we don't have any power?
Can I add something real quick?
Go ahead, sir.
Hey, this 𝗖𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘁 from Detroit, Michigan.
Shout out to the dude.
Because we denationalized and calling ourselves demure names, we don't have respect here. Black, according to science, means death. People be so brown and light-skinned and all that with no nationality. Go to the UN and say, "Sit me with the black nation." We all tribes over there, man. You got to get his Eurocentric ways back, bro.
Yeah, okay, I get you, brother. But where is your family from?
Where's my family from? My father from Morocco, my mother from the United States.
Okay.
But I was born an American, but due to me studying science, I had to return Europeans, Christianity and the church and all this Eurocentric stuff back to the Europeans because I see other people
So
come
you're a
over here.
Moor. So you're a
Yeah.
Moor.
Yes, I am. And I see other nationalities come over here and they unite. And I understand the Willie Lynch syndrome and all that old crap, but the fact is, one's got to return stuff back and stop being Eurocentric. They ain't respecting it, even though they still in our swag and our culture. But we still do a lot of Eurocentric stuff like hating on each other, not doing for self, can't create our own. We got our own neighborhoods. We let foreigners come in and invade it. Gas station party stuff and with clothing stores and whatever else they want to do. We will fund each other's nations, but we cry when the government funds somebody else's nation. But every time we get a check, we funding somebody else instead of putting it in our own people's pockets, man. We got a lot of issues.
Okay.
Are you ignoring the banking industry preventing black people in those communities from actually getting the loans to start those businesses? But they will gladly and openly give them to non-FBA cats to open businesses in our community?
Oh, definitely that. We know all that. That's why we were saying all these celebrities with all this money keep getting liquor and all this garbage clothing lines. Where's the banks, hospitals, and farms? You know what I mean?
They've been paid not to try and lift us up and to not speak to our upliftment.
Why do you
And
think
if
they
they
pay him
do
so much
speak to it,
money?
they will lose their butter biscuits.
Why do you
Uh,
think they pay him so much money, sir? Why do you think they
Kyrie
pay
Irving,
celebrities
Kyrie
so
Irving
much
don't fall
money?
for it.
Mhm.
What was that brother name? It was another brother. He had Tourette's syndrome in the NBA. He didn't do all that. It was a whole bunch of
You
brothers that
talking about
stand on principle.
Radu Rahim or whatever.
Yeah, my man had
That
Tourette's
brother
syndrome.
right there, yeah, he's a solid brother. That's why
Yeah,
and they got him up out of there too. They
I
got him up
mean,
out the league.
well, his career was basically over. His career, he didn't really win nothing and
They
all that,
took
but
the
he had
spotlight off of him. That's what they did. When they see someone who is a radical or someone who is thinking outside the box, you got to go.
Hold
So let
on.
me
Kyrie Irving stood on principle.
so let me say this.
Kyrie Irving.
Hold on, yeah, Kyrie Irving is you know but they taking the spotlight off of him too. So
See?
listen, man, listen. You know, everybody want to be black when it's convenient. Everybody wants to say they from our lineage. But if you from our lineage, you understand some things. Okay? I got to correct you on some things, sir. You know, we are black.
Where you black at?
Okay, I'm about to tell you because you're not from our lineage. That's why you don't know.
Okay.
Okay? We're not black by the color. We claim the consciousness black. That's what when we say we are black, we're saying that we have the consciousness, the black consciousness that overcomes all.
Well,
We have the black consciousness that's going to liberate us from up underneath the YT supremacy. See what the YT use as a slur, as something derogatory, as something negative. We have flipped it and we have empowered it with a new message, a new narrative. We say black is excellence.
okay,
We say black is
we do
beautiful.
all that, man. But I'm talking about
We say
most
black
people
is
don't.
powerful.
Yeah, but most people say
We
that.
say hold on, brother. We say black is the darkness in the expanse. Before there was light, there was us. That's
I
the
agree
black
with
we
you. I
talking
agree
about.
with you. You are correct. But I'm saying in Africa,
So,
that's what it means. It means
no, we're not
beautiful and
African.
every. Okay.
Hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. Let me further explain it. We're
Okay.
not African. We're not continental Africans. We are Americans. We are the original coppered colored races
Hold on.
here. We're
What
the
about being
Americans.
descendants of? You ain't descendants of no
We
one.
got okay. Well, hold on. We are not descendants. We are ascendants. So it's different. We're not
How
descendants.
long do you
We
think
are
that
ascendants,
African
sir.
traits, the African cultures from pre-slavery stretched into the rest of the American
We
diaspora?
are not descendants. We are
Northwest and
ascendants.
southwestern shores of Africa.
We
It's
are
documented. It was once
ascendants.
already
We
here,
don't hold on, sir.
but
We
they
don't
didn't look
deny
like
that.
us.
We don't deny that some of us have African ancestors because we do know there was a transatlantic slave
Okay,
trade.
well, make it make sense
But
then.
hold on. I'm gonna make it make sense. You gotta listen. But we also know it wasn't no millions of African slaves that made it over here, sir. It was only about 300,000. And if you ask Harvard,
Yeah.
who got all the slave documents, right? The original one, they say 200,000, and that includes the men and women and boat captain and all the above. So we know not that many made it over here. We also know that the biggest slave trade happened between 1809 and 1863. We also know about the paper genocide, the 𝗤𝗲𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗀𝗶cie. You understand? We also know about Walter Pleckert, the one-drop rule, that if you got colored on your birth certificate, you might be more indigenous than you are African.
Make it make sense. Okay.
So
See, if
we're
only
not-
200,000 people came here, and we know that there were millions
of
of
us.
enslaved people just in the South, because we outnumbered them.
So
Where did
we
they
know
come
who
from?
we are. We fully know who we are. And we're reclaiming that, and we're letting the world know because they've been lied to. We got a lot of Africans over there who want to Africanize us. We gotta say, hey, hold on. I'm not you and you're not me. I'm an American. Go look at the Webster's Dictionary of 1828, and that's the American I am. I'm that American. I'm American before Europeans start calling themselves American. Before Ellis Island people start calling themselves American. I'm American.
Well, in these
I'm the
days and
original
times, I'm
telling
not
people
proud
this.
of that, and I'm going home. So
Well, you
y'all
go
can
home
enjoy
then, brother,
America.
because you're not
This
of
is
this lineage.
nonsense. I
You're
know,
not of
I
this
know.
lineage, brother.
I'm
You're not
glad
of
of
this
that
lineage.
because this is a little different over here, man.
Yeah, you're not of this lineage, brother.
Mindset a little different over here, bro.
And we don't want you claiming something you're not really a part of. We don't want you claiming this lineage because you're not of this lineage.
Well, my mother is, so where you saying that?
Okay,
But
is your
you've
mother?
already said that you're not.
Is your
I'm
mother?
really not, because I'm
Well,
not
there you
black.
Okay,
go.
so
Black.
it doesn't
I'm not
matter what
black
your
on
mother
it. I'm not
claims
It
if
black.
don't
you're
matter
claiming you're
what your
not.
mother claims, brother.
Right.
You already chose a
Yeah, because
side. You
I
chose a
can't do it.
side. You chose a side, right?
Yeah.
So stay on that side, brother, and we're okay with that.
Yeah, it's
You stay
fine.
over there,
It's
but
fine.
we're over here, and we're standing on this.
Well, I wish y'all help stand up, because y'all ain't standing up, man.
No, brother, you
Y'all
ain't
still
standing up.
lost in the sauce, man.
No, brother.
Exactly please explain to me how vibrant Morocco is in today's world.
Would you say
How
that?
vibrant, alive, and thriving Morocco is in today's world.
Why hold on, sir. Are you in Morocco or are you in the U.S.?
I'm in the U.S.
So why ain't you over there in Morocco then? If that's your homeland.
Well, right now, I'm getting my finance together so I can. I got to get the finance back together. I got a few properties I'm selling, and I'll be gone.
Brother,
Well,
can I ask you a
brother,
question?
What? Yeah.
Could you
brother, I've been to Morocco,
just
brother. Okay.
have a conversation with us without eating?
Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
Because we can hear all of that.
Okay.
brother, you go see how receptive it's gonna be out there for you, brother.
You know what? What I seen
I wish you the
what we
best.
went through in these countries, bro. I can go to any parts of Africa and be fine. You know what I mean? I could go to any parts and be fine. This country is so sad and racist and disrespectful and harmful, and it seems like it's getting worse now that Trump's in office. And a lot of
Okay, hold on. See, family, I want y'all to understand. This is why we check everybody's lineage, because everybody who look like they us ain't really us.
you acting like
You're a
us is something
Pan-Africanist.
important, man.
You're a
You acting like
Pan-Africanist, right?
denationalized people is something important.
You're a Pan-Africanist, right?
Yes.
So
How are we not important, sir?
because
So
you're denationalized
go be
according
with
to
your
the
people.
Constitution.
Denationalized. How am I
Yeah,
denationalized?
you don't
Explain
have a
that.
nationality. You try to
Really?
claim, huh?
I don't have a nationality?
No,
Prove it.
you claim America, right? But that's not your real nationality. Just like Irish American, Moorish American, Filipino American.
Okay,
Where
hold
do
on,
you
sir.
come
I'm
from?
not an African American,
Where
sir.
do you
I'm an
come from then? You
American.
don't know where you came from then.
No, I do
That's
know.
what they mean,
No,
denationalized.
no, sir. No, sir. You don't know where you came from, but I have a genealogy. I have DNA. I have lineage that says different. I know where I come from.
Would you pay for it? They made you pay for it by your nationality back by
Did you
paying
get
for it?
yours free?
Yeah, but I got mine free. A guy came and gave it to everybody on these northern shores, and the Europeans documented it in their history books. His name was Noble Jew-Ali. All you got to do is proclaim it. You know what I
Listen,
mean?
hey,
The
listen.
northwest and southwestern shores of
Listen,
Africa.
family. That's
You
why I
trying to
told y'all
sleep? Well,
why
you
we
can go
don't trust
home.
more. We don't trust
You ready
more.
to go home?
Foundation of Black America. We don't trust more.
You ready to go home? Because
We don't trust
might
it.
tell me
I
they
am
trying to
home.
sleep in my house.
I am home, sir. I'm
No, I'm
home.
not talking to you. No, sir. I was talking to my daughter. She told me she trying to sleep. Until I take her home. I'm not talking to you. I'm sorry about that, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I ain't doing all that
Hold on,
type of
sir.
stuff.
But hold on,
No,
but hold on, Ricky. We gonna come back to you. Let me get to some other people in the family. We got Danny Valez on. Go ahead, Danny. Danny, requested up here, sir. I brought you up here, Danny. Okay,
Too bad I got scared now.
I'm gonna drop you down. I'm gonna let and when you want to talk, just request back up. We're gonna go to Nij and then we're gonna go to James. Go ahead, Nij.
Yeah, I had to get on for a second. But with the brother up there talking about we don't know where we're from and stuff like that. This is so typical disrespect from these Pan Africans and so-called Africans or whatever they are, because I don't know what the name was back in the days, but they're just going off of when to talk about where you're Eurocentric. They're beyond Eurocentric. They don't have anything of that they can hold on to say that they did, because we built everything over there. You know what I'm saying? So the American Indians, FBA, anybody that's foundational from
okay.
here,
What
we know
about
our.
the Moors that conquered Spain? You know about the Moors that conquered Spain? Okay, well, let's talk about that and pave the streets with gold,
Well, hold on.
education, and all that.
We talking about
Hold on,
Africa
brother.
though. We talking about
Okay,
Africa
I'm
Where'd
though.
not.
y'all
Well,
get the gold from?
where's
We talking about
Morocco
Africa though,
at?
right?
Morocco is in
And then you
Africa.
say, wait. Why you talking about
Morocco is in
Spain?
Africa. Morocco is
Why?
in Africa.
But
It's
that's
in
not
Africa.
Spain. You're talking about Spain. We're
I'm
talking
talking
about
about when we
Africa.
conquered Spain. You remember conquered? We took it. You talking about we
Okay,
ain't got nothing to hold
where's
on
it?
to?
Where's it at now? Then, if you conquered it and you took it, where's it at?
You know what they did? The
Yes, it
same
is.
thing we
Yes.
did with this
Yes, we do
country.
know.
They took it back.
Yes, we do know
We
what they
got it
did.
back, and we left, and
Okay,
we went
so
elsewhere.
but that's
Because
like
what we receive don't last forever.
yeah, that's
Saddam
like
Hussein
bragging
ain't
about
here
the
no more.
playoffs. That's like
Come
bragging
on,
about the playoffs from last year. Nobody
huh?
cares about. That's like bragging about the playoffs from last year. That nobody cares about
Well,
that.
it's like bragging about calling people white when they're not. White means purity. Purity means God. That's why they run all over you and scared to call them by their true nationality. Europeans, Caucasians, whatever they are. You call them white and call yourself black too, don't you? Yeah, white and
Yeah,
black. You don't
You
have
know,
my
no
we
thing
have a
is,
nationality.
problem. We
my
like to
thing is,
speak
I'm
in the
the.
modern language, so that's why we keep it simple
I
for
know
that particular
simple-minded stuff.
reason.
Let me
All
tell you. Let me
No,
tell
it's
you
not
what.
simple
Let
minded,
me
so
tell
that
you
we
what.
all know
Let
what
me
we're
hold
talking
on.
about specifically.
Hold on. Let me tell you. Let me. He left. He left. He left.
Yeah, he better jump up out of here.
I was about to hit him, man. I was about to
Yeah,
get on.
it was about to get a little warm.
It was about to see. That's what I'm talking about. Them Pan African and them Moors, we don't trust them.
Man, at
We
all.
don't trust them at
They show
all.
their
They
true
try to
colors every time.
Moorish science. The moment they start talking about Moorish science temple, and it ain't. Hold on, he ain't never even been to Morocco. He's
They're trying to get his
hoping.
money up.
That's what they all say though. I'm trying to get my money up so I can go back to the motherland.
Man,
I done
so
been there.
sad.
I done been there 12 times already. Okay. Why you trying to get your money up? I done been there. So, brother, please get your
You know,
money up.
honestly,
Come
Honestly,
on,
that's not
Jags.
even a place I've
Oh,
ever wanted. I've never wanted to visit anyway. My spirit only, for some
No, you
reason,
should visit.
was
No,
out
no,
shot.
no, 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 no. You should visit, and just that
Yeah,
visit, because it's not your homeland. And because
cause
when you visit, you're going to see what I saw. And this is no
yeah,
disrespect to African people at all. Very hospitable people, very cool. They got some things going for them. It's not all mud huts and things like that. But once you start seeing and experiencing real African people, you're just gonna be thankful that you are who you are.
yeah, yeah.
You're an
I've,
American. You're a real one.
I'm fortunate that
Your
I live in,
lineage is from here.
I'm fortunate I live in a city that I've actually had a chance to, be firsthand with, first immigrants here
No,
from
those
out
are
there.
no, no. Listen, don't believe anything the Americans, the Africans over here talk about, because
Yeah,
listen, the Africans over there don't even really rock with the Africans over here. If we're going to be honest,
yeah,
the
yeah,
moment they get over here, they don't get treated like Africans anymore. They lost that privilege, and they know it.
yeah.
Their kids don't get treated like they Africans. They lose. Listen, though when they leave Africa, they know that hey, those are
They don't
traitors.
go back.
They don't go back. They don't go back. The moment they get here, they stay. They don't go back because they know that what's going on over there, they rather
Yeah,
run from their problems than fix it. They rather be nurses over here than be nurses
yeah.
over there in their own country where it's needed.
Hey, that's what I don't
They rather
understand.
try to
Everybody,
change our politics to fit them than go try to
yeah.
change the politics going on in their own country that's destroying their people. That's what they do. They're fleers.
see,
Man.
they look at that strong man that they came up under those oppressive colonization rules, and then they bring that over here and
Hmm.
think that we're going to accept it as a normal way of life.
Listen, and listen, I don't got a problem with all Africans. I don't got a problem with a lot of Africans that are over here, right?
Yeah,
I'm like, while you're over here, don't disrespect the lineage.
yeah.
Don't disrespect
I,
Americans. Don't disrespect our culture, right? Be who you are, and we're gonna be who we are. And if you over here, make sure you make sure you paying your dues. I'm gonna just say it like that. Make sure you giving to the community out here. Make sure you want us to look at you like you on the level. Make sure you pour into the community out here because we didn't gave some Sally Struther dollars over there before. We didn't make sure y'all was cool over there. When I go
and we
over there,
always make sure they cool when they come out here, and then now we catching
yeah,
on that ain't nobody on code with us. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. We don't want to hear all that nonsense that they be talking about.
Mm-mm. Man,
But y'all see
man.
that Pan African had to get up out of here. Y'all saw that. He had to get up out of there.
I was
He had to get
I
up out of
just,
here.
I was just listening to him. He was just winding on up. He was winding up. So I had to
Hmm.
log on. I had to get on. I knew he was getting to that point. He couldn't hold it in no more.
Yeah, we can't trust no more. What's up, Jamal?
Yo, I got like a question for you. You still doing the FBA coin?
If not, I'm still doing it. The FBA coin is here.
Or yeah, like so like I got like can you if I buy like $100 of your thing, can you like help me? Cause like I'm trying to create a tether coin. So like could you like buy like a
Make
hundred
it a
dollars?
tether meme coin. Okay.
Listen, man. If y'all want me to create you a coin, you got to come out the pocket. You got to come out the pocket. It's not the coin that I created is not a meme coin, sir. It's way more sophisticated, way more smart contract, and it does a whole lot more. Okay, you probably should get the blueprint and start this coin over wherever your people are at because it's going to benefit them if you do it the way I did it. You probably should, but you're going to have to come out the pocket. I have no problem with it. Pay me my money, and we can talk about it. I'll make
No,
you.
no, I mean like, just to like help it get off the ground. Like if I buy like your coin, it'll help like the market cap and stuff. So like you could buy $100 of my coin, like buy the tether coin for $100, and then like I'll buy $100 of FBA coin, helping each other mutual. like help.
I can't really take you seriously, brother, to be honest with you. I really can't. I mean, the trolling is, I mean, the material is not even that great.
No, you don't, bro.
I don't, yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't.
You don't get it. Like if you buy the coin, the market cap will go up, right?
Okay.
Yes. So
So
you
you
help
want me
me,
to,
I help you.
so you want to buy my coin and you want me to turn around and give you, no, why don't you just keep that money and buy your own coin? That brings the market cap up and I can do the same. Why exchange like that? It doesn't make no sense. It doesn't make any sense. Just do right by your people, and I'm gonna do right by mine. That's as good as we can do. If you want to buy the FBA coin, it's for everybody. Really, anybody can buy it because it's all going to benefit foundational Black Americans, no matter who holds this coin. You see how that works?
Yeah, that's
And if
cool.
and if you want me to buy if you want me to build your coin, you got to come out the pocket. You got to come out the pocket. Or make your own coin. Just that simple.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my own coin, but I'm just
Make your
saying
own
like
coin.
I
Make your
need
own
people
coin.
to like buy it, you know?
Well, get your people to buy it. Get to see. Don't be Marcus Garvey, right? Don't come over to the United States and try to get it popping over here. Get it popping in your homeland first. Get it popping over there. Get your people on board to buy the coin. Just
Yeah,
that simple.
but
No, ain't no
I,
yeah.
no, like you
Get
gotta
your
like
people. Get your people. Get get your name out there. Build the coin first. Don't go talk about something you haven't done yet. Go build it first, and then tell the people, listen, I built it. Now support it.
all right, so after that, we could you could invest in
You're
the
going
Tether
to have
coin.
to advertise, brother. You're going to have to do what everybody else would do when they're starting something. You're going to have to put in the footwork to make it get known by others.
Yeah. Just like I got
It's
you. Just
not
like I'm doing.
it can't be. I mean, I understand what you're saying, but it can't start that way because what you are literally saying is you are getting ready to build a foundation of your coin. But what I would really like to do is take that 2x4 that you have supporting your coin and slide it over to me. And somehow, how am I getting built up that way?
No, I'm
If I
just
don't
like
build my house first, I can't help with your house. If
Yeah.
you don't build
I'm
your
not
house
helping with
first,
your house.
you can't help with my house.
You go build your own house, and I'm gonna go build mine. That's
yeah, I
what
hear
we're gonna
that,
do.
but that's not what I was saying. What I'm saying is like, you help, not help, but like because it's mutual, right? You buy
You want the
my thing,
instructions in how to literally go from step 1 to step 20.
huh?
You want to learn how to go from step 1 to step 20 in the creation process, correct?
No, no, no. I could create the coin. I'm just saying, like, you need people to like buy it so people can see like, oh, it's legitimate. So like, if you get like maybe $50 of the Tether coin, right? Um,
We tried, brother. We tried.
Say tether again. Say it
no,
again.
I'm just
Say it
like,
again.
What's a tether, Jamal?
Get what coin? If we do, say it again.
like if you get like $50 of the Tether coin, you could get like I'll buy 50 of the FBA coin because like the FBA and Tether collaboration.
Can you tell me somewhere that that's worked out?
No, I'm just saying. No, I
No.
don't know. It could be the first time.
Say tether one more time, brother. Just say tether one more time.
Tether.
Okay. Again, the idea of working together was your premise. And my question to you is, where has
Cousin,
that happened before?
cousin, don't take him
I
seriously.
know, I'm just
Don't entertain this, brother, man. You're welcome to the panel, brother, but we're not going to
King
entertain.
Vincent, how are you today, sir?
I'm
What's up,
cool. I'm
King?
cool. I'm cool. I'm listening.
This brother is ridiculous, man. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my
Hey,
god.
50 people in this live. Tap the screen, tap the screen. We can go to 10,000 likes. We can do it. Tap
Get
the
the lights
screen,
up.
share the live with your friends and family.
Get the
Interesting
lights
talk over
up.
here. That's why you're
Get the
here.
lights up.
So share the live and tap the screen till 10,000.
There you go. Give me up to 10 grand. Give me up to 10K. Listen, y'all. Listen, y'all. We're not like everybody else, and we're not trying to be like everybody else, man. We're just trying to be who we are. No, I don't care if you're African or Caribbean. Shout out to y'all. Okay? But we are who we are, and you are who you are. Everybody got a mission. Your mission should not be here in America when your homeland is down bad. Your mission should be building your people up. The same as my mission is. My mission is to build my people up. So if you're hanging around over here, tether babbling, this doesn't help. This doesn't help anybody. We just gonna use you for entertainment value only. That's about all that can be done. I mean, we all need to be entertained every now and then. But there's a big, you got Burkina Faso down there repping it for all of Africa. 𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗁𝗄, man, that brother is putting it down for all of the motherland. Don't you think y'all need to be getting a one-way ticket to Burkina Faso? Don't you think y'all need to be gearing up and making sure that brother vision is realized because it's only going to benefit Africa?
And his vision is spreading across multiple countries.
Man, look, listen. Listen. There are black Russians. There are African Russians fighting in the Russian military, talking about we're gonna protect 𝗵𝗵𝗵𝗁𝗄 at all costs. You don't want this smoke, brother. Y'all better really protect that brother. Talking on the internet ain't gonna protect that brother.
Yeah,
Y'all can't.
you know
Y'all
your
can't
boy
do nothing
Michael,
over here.
huh?
Y'all can't do nothing over here when y'all need to be over there. Y'all can't do nothing over here.
Yeah, that's a
That's what I'm
fact.
telling
Cause
the
like,
Africans. Yeah, that's true. Focus on your land. Focus on your land in Africa. Don't focus only on Ibrahim Traore in Burkina Faso. Focus on Ghana, Nigeria, Senegal, or wherever. Senegal is okay. Senegal is cool. But focus on your own land and do the same thing as Ibrahim Traore is doing for his country. Don't go focus on him. He's telling you to focus on your own country because that's the only way to keep him safe if you do the same in your own country. People
Like I
tap the
said,
screen, tap the
build up your
screen,
own
and share
house
the live.
first.
right? That's a fact. Like, cause like, America guys, that's this guy Michael Langley, in Ivory Coast trying to assassinate. You know,
To be honest, Michael Langley isn't the problem. The problem is Africans. Africans are too focused on Michael Langley and doing nothing than babbling on social media. That
Come
babbling,
on.
put that energy into your own country where you have leaders, corrupt leaders, that you have to get rid of and do the same job as Ibrahim Traore is doing.
come
Listen.
on,
The
man, that's a
message.
silly point.
No,
Like,
that's not silly
it is
because it's
because
weak. It's
you're not.
weak.
Am I every single
No, I find
African?
it very weak.
No,
Listen.
bro,
I'm
that's
not
not
in
what
the
he's saying.
United States. I was born in Suriname, South America, and I'm telling you, Africans, focus on your own land. Stop focusing on Michael Langley because he's doing his job. It's a job that he's doing. Focus on your own land. Fix it. Because when you fix your own country, like Ibrahim Traore is doing right now with his own country, then Ibrahim Traore will be safe. Because they can't be everywhere all over Africa to
Think,
assassinate him.
think about this. Think about this. Think about it. Think about how many government leaders, puppet leaders in the on the continent of Africa who are speaking out against Ibrahim Traore. I'm telling you, listen, you ain't got to worry about Trump or the United States or Michael Langley.
Not
You got to worry
immediately.
about you got to worry about those puppet leaders and France and the European Union. I'm telling you, America is far from your worry, especially immediately. You're definitely right. Not immediately. And I don't even think really at all. I don't even think Trump is really focused on what's going on over there.
No,
I think everybody just blaming Trump just because it's easy and convenient to blame a dictator. To blame it got to be Trump. It got to be Trump. Listen, I don't even think Trump is worried about what 𝗔𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗀 is doing over there. I don't think he's worried about it. I don't think he sent anybody over there to do anything to him. I think what you got to worry about is what France, what the European Union, and what those puppet leaders
ECOWAS.
that are speaking out against 𝗔𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗀𝗏, I think that's what you got to worry about. If they, I honestly don't think the United States got any skin in this game.
I
They don't
won't
got no
go
skin in
that
the
far, but I will say the primary reason that they have an issue with Ibrahim and Burkina Faso is because of the IMF. Okay,
Okay, International Monetary Fund. Okay, we know about the international banking.
When he stopped taking money from Western neo-colonial powers and then got his country's debt paid off, see, now he's not beholden to them in any way, shape, form, or fashion.
That's right.
And they can't go in there with any type of influence and say, well, if we do this, then you can get that. See, you can't do that to somebody that's standing on their own, that's standing 10 toes down, whose square is rock solid.
But what does that got to do with Trump or the United States? That ain't got nothing to do with us.
No, I want to say it like this. You're right that it's French. You're right that it's the French that's trying to get up in there, but the French are appealing because, again, you have to understand, these Western neo-colonial powers are always working together, particularly when it comes to us over here and in the diaspora. They are always working together.
Listen, I don't think that first of all, let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. Americans don't really like Europeans like that. Europeans really don't like Americans like that. And the way Trump talk, the way Trump be smacking around the European Union and all them guys over there, they don't really like Trump.
No, but they will definitely use this. They will definitely try and use him to get some sort of military advantage is what I'm going at.
Use Trump to get a military advantage when Trump ain't even focused on them. Trump is focused on America. He focused on the tariff wars and what's going on here in America. Trump ain't got time to focus on 𝗔𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗀𝗏. Listen, he got just as much time as Black Americans got. Nobody from America is focusing on them, and nobody from America is focusing on us, which is a good thing. You don't want the American government focused on you. You want the American government focused on something else, not you. 𝗔𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗀𝗏 got the same amount of grace as we got. And while he got that grace, he better do what he can for his people. And this is the time that Africa needs to come together. Why America? Because let's keep it about Europe is not strong. Without America, they are not strong. They are moist.
Oh, no, you're right about that. They have their military forces, but none of their forces are on par with our forces.
None of them. So again, that's why 𝗔𝗶𝗴𝗵𝘁𝘀𝗀𝗏 was able to kick. Listen, the Haiti kick France butt, and now Burkina Faso,
Niger, and Mali, the Sahel, that region. France has got to get up out of there. It's gone. That's why they calling and screaming, because it's like, hold up, man, we losing all these things. We're losing all this supposed profit for our people.
Listen. The best thing that the Americans can do for Africa is close down all its embassies and leave Africa alone. That's a gift, not a curse. That's a gift. You don't want our CIA over there. You don't want no American over there meddling in your affair.
The reason why Ibrahim Traore is in this situation is thanks to the Africans who are too focused on the wrong things, like focusing on telling you guys that you're Africans, for example, instead of focusing on Africa itself, to free Africa, to accept who we really are, because we are not Africans. And that's not something against the Africans. We are just not Africans. You know, focus on Africa, because the situation that Ibrahim Traore once again is in is thanks to the Africans who are just babbling on social media. Start doing something for Africa. Come on, man. If Ibrahim Traore can do it, you can do it too.
That's right. Y'all should
That's
be
a silly
inspired.
point. Like
Look, there you go
you're not
again. There you
speaking
go
to
again.
any.
You don't like Africa. I hear out of your voice. You don't
Bro,
like Africa.
stop, bro. Let me
No,
talk, man.
you don't like Africa.
You
Just
gotta
say it.
stop being.
We're gonna
Listen,
let you talk. Let them finish, and then we're gonna let you talk, Jamal. Go ahead. We're gonna give you. I'll give everybody time to speak in here.
I don't get these Africans. Every time when you try to give them some power, they come with a lot of nonsense, just like the Moroccan people here in Nederland. Constantly attacking my people instead of focusing on themselves. What's so special about us that you have to put your energy to try to lecture us instead of putting that same energy into your own people and your own country? What's that? I don't get it.
Go ahead,
Just
Jamal.
like the Moroccan people,
Go ahead.
all right.
putting
Anyways,
energy into hating us instead of putting that same energy into their own people to fix their people and fix their country, build up their country.
Okay, now Jamal, I'm gonna let you speak, but you speaking for all of Africa right now, Jamal.
no, I'm not. And anyways, what I was, all right, what I was trying to say is like you're saying, oh, Ibrahim Traore is in this position because of some random Africans on TikTok. Like, come on, man. Like these
He's not
guys.
saying that. That's not what he said. He's saying the problem is y'all are so focused on us that y'all not even that y'all are allowing what's going on happen to Ibrahim Traore happen to him. Instead of having his back, y'all more focused on what we're doing as Black Americans over here. Right or wrong?
That's wrong. You will never. Most Africans will never see you. Will never speak. Will never see a Black American. They'll never speak to a Black American or any ever in their life.
Are you in the U.S. or are you in Africa, sir?
Whatever the answer to that question is, it does not. It does not like. It won't prove anything. My point is still, most Africans will never.
Ridiculous.
You're right. They won't actually ever speak to or see a foundational Black Americans.
Let's
But
not
you know
worry
what they
about
will
you.
do? You know what they will do?
Well, they do.
They will rock them jerseys. They will
Wait,
rock
jerseys
them
of what?
Jordans sports teams.
Come on, man. You don't own those
Yeah,
sports teams.
but come on now. Don't say that they're not doing that. And I'm not putting them down, bro. I'm saying clothes are clothes. But they're going to the fashion that they are coming from and that they are witnessing.
Wearing our do-rags.
And that's us that they're doing that from.
Getting the fade that we invented. We invented the fade.
Okay.
Come on. Talking like us, talking with a black scent.
How
Come
many
on.
cats you know had the number 23 in Chicago rolling through that particular region?
All I'm saying is y'all so focused on trying to be like us when y'all got real issues going on at home that y'all need to internally focus on. Stop externally focusing on things outside of you and start internally focusing on your community, your people, and the betterment of that society over there. Y'all can't help. You can't be over here claiming you are down with Africans. If you're over here in America, you left Africa. Let's keep it a buck. You left Africa. You're not concerned about what happens to them, or because if you were, you'd be over there. Right or wrong?
I mean, it depends. Like, if you're born there, because like I was born in America, so you can't really say like I left because I was never there.
You know
But
what you need. You know, have you ever seen that movie on Netflix, The Nigerian Prince?
no,
Go watch it.
what is it called?
called The Nigerian Prince.
The Nigerian Prince.
Go watch that movie. It's all about you being born here in America. Have you ever been in Nigeria?
Yeah,
How many times?
like maybe 4.
And every time that you go, did you want to come back to the U.S. real quick?
Not real quick, but like, I mean, yes, obviously life is better. Obviously,
Tell
life
me
is
the
better in the
truth.
U.S., but
You need to go watch that movie, The Nigerian Prince, and maybe you can see yourself in that, and then understand why it's important that you build up your homeland. I get it that you were born here. I get it that that the moment you go out there and you start speaking with an American accent, they're gonna scam you too. I get it. Can you speak your tribal language?
yeah, a little bit.
A little bit. That's what's gonna hurt you. I see. I kind of feel for you a little bit because you're in this middle.
Not
You're,
really.
you're not accepted by Africans, and when you come here, you're not really embraced by us over here. Let's keep it
I
real.
mean, in Nigeria, they speak English, so that's not really an issue.
Yeah, I got you. But they know a continental African from an anchor baby in Africa. They know the difference, brother.
I mean,
You
I'm
can
not
hear
an
an
anchor
accent
baby
here,
either.
can't you?
Yeah.
You can hear an accent while you're in America. You can hear one. You can hear a Southern one. You can hear a New York one. You hear a Bronx one. You hear a California one. You don't think that they aren't hearing those accents over there?
Of course they are.
Brother,
Exactly.
and you gonna tell me you never been scammed over there?
I mean, I don't really like do those,
Come
like,
on,
I
tell the
never,
truth.
yes, of course they try to get over on
Exactly.
Americans.
Exactly.
And
There
this
you
is
go.
why
I
we're
mean, it
saying
happens in all poor
build your
countries.
house up over there first,
Go watch the movie The
and
Nigerian.
then we can work together. But
You
the idea
will
of
thank me later, my friend. Go watch the movie It's on Netflix, The Nigerian Prince, and you will thank me later.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow, man.
Check it out. It's actually real good.
It's on Netflix right now
It's
still.
on Netflix right now. Still, it's called The Nigerian Prince. Go check it out. What tribe are you?
I'm Igbo.
You're
Igbo.
Igbo.
Okay.
Okay. Go check out. You're a Hebrew Israelite, brother. Proud of you.
Yes.
Go check. Go check out The Nigerian Prince, my Hebrew brother.
Hebrew.
You're a Hebrew.
You're a Hebrew brother. Hebrews have the culture of Hebrew Israelites, brother.
I don't know anything about that. I might have to do some research.
Yeah, do some
Let
research,
me
brother.
tell you it very shortly. Your ancestors, your true ancestors, migrated from out of Negro land into Nigeria and Ghana. And Negro land is that part of Africa where you have Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, and Senegal. You don't know that. Those people came from out of Europe, and before they entered Europe, they came from Babylon. And that you don't know that, you're young. But now you know. Go research it. Go look for Dom Yaya Negro. Search it. Go
You're-
study its history.
You're-
Then you will
you're-
start to understand
you
who you
have
are.
the culture. Okay, brother, you got it. Whatever you're at, brother, it's way too loud over there. But your culture is similar to Hebrew Israelites, whether you know about it or not. The food, just the whole culture over there is very similar. There's a lot of there's a lot of Igbos who recognize that culture too. So all I'm saying, but forget all that. Just go check out. You'll thank me later. Come back on the live later after you watch the movie tomorrow called The Nigerian Prince, and you will understand the things they talk about, the things that this kid experiences. You might say y'all had a similar path, and I get it, man. I get it. It's tough that your parents decide to bring you over here because I get it. Your parents are trying to do something good for their children. They thought, hey, getting up out of this place is better than staying and fighting in this place. But understand, No black American ever had that choice to leave. Number one. All we knew what to do was in our struggle, fight.
Yes.
I
That's
mean,
it.
yeah, that's true, but like also, right?
That's it.
Gotta
And if
understand.
it wasn't for what we fought for, you could have never made it over here, sir.
How old are you, Jamal?
Your family could never have made it over here if we didn't stay here and make it a place for you to flee to, or for them to flee to. Now I get it. You got to follow your parents. That's your parents. I get it. And they want a better life for you, and that's why they brought you over here. And at least they sent you back so you can get so you can get a little bit of that culture over there. But truth be told, you're not helping. You do you know the story of Moses, Jamal?
Who?
Moses. Do you know the story of Moses?
Who's Moses?
Biblical Moses.
Wow.
Nah, nah.
Go research the story of Moses. Moses was an Egyptian pharaoh or the son of an Egyptian pharaoh who found out that he was really a Hebrew Israelite and that he was adopted. They found him and they raised him up as an Egyptian prince. And when he realized that his people were the very slaves that were washing the floors, cleaning cleaning all the Egyptians people's houses, building the pyramids or whatever, he had a decision to make. Stay and act like that's not his people. He's not one of them. He's really an Egyptian prince. Or to go down and be with his people and try to liberate them from out of the clutches of Pharaoh so they don't have to be slaves no more. That's the decision that you're going to have to make. It's a tough decision because it's easier over here with us. But understand that if we didn't fight for this, you couldn't be enjoying this freedom that you have right now. If my people didn't sacrifice what they sacrificed, suffered what they suffered, you couldn't even be here. Your family wouldn't even have came over here because they wasn't allowing Africans to come over here. They was only allowing Europeans to come over here. But because we stood on business, because we said no, let our brothers come over here. We all black, we all one big Negro. That's the reason why you over here. The only reason is because of our civil rights. My ancestors who put their bodies, who put their life, their passion, their dreams on hold, and said I need to sacrifice all those things so the next generation can have this.
Just to have that next generation come over here and say, screw y'all.
Exactly.
Oh, I get it. You guys have like some like you feel as though like Africans hate you. That's why you're having this
No,
like weird.
we say this to a particular section of immigrants, the tether class. See, in order to be a tether, you have to be doing something anti-black or anti-FBA. See, just because you're an immigrant and you come over here, we don't have no problem with that. But again, if you come over here and you decide to get in our business and shit on what we are trying to accomplish, tell me how helpful you were coming over here to us.
Yeah, you guys definitely don't really have problems with immigrants. I feel like it's more so African because like I don't really hear you guys like talk about any other immigrant groups,
Why
right?
are you
So
stuck in that way of thinking?
I mean, what do you mean? You don't hear FBAs talk about anyone else though. It's just Africans. It's not
No, no,
like
no,
like
no.
I'm a victim,
No,
right?
no,
I'm not
we
Haven't
talk
crying,
about
haven't
the
but
you just
tether
been
class.
listening?
We do not talk about all Africans. We only talk about those who are doing bad to us. Now, the problem becomes the whole continent comes to the aid of who we are calling tethers. And they shouldn't be doing that. If
That's
you
rude.
betrayed me and we call out your betrayal and people come to your aid and defense as if we haven't said this person has betrayed us, whose fault is that?
I mean, like who's betraying you, right? Like I don't really see like any.
Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. When we have people who come over here who have the same color skin as us, right, or darker, claim that they're black because they're in America. And in Africa, they don't have to claim that they're black. But when they come over here, they say, I'm black. And then they get some media, some press, and they say this with their chest. Black people don't need reparations.
It's
I'm black.
crazy.
I don't need reparations. Why do black people need reparations? They got DEI, they got affirmative action. They live in America, home of the free, land of the.
They're being victims. They
They're
just playing a victim mentality.
when we have people who aren't from here, who never experienced what my ancestors experienced, or even what we experience on a daily basis here in America, say things like that. That undermines all our progress. That undermines and minimizes our struggle like it's nothing.
Yeah, don't forget too much. DEI, I don't live in the United States, let that be clear. But DEI was a subsidy coming from your government that was meant for your people, but all of these terrors have been using it. It wasn't meant for the terrors. It was never meant for the terrors. But because the terrors put their own people in those seats to make those decisions, to undermine our brothers and sisters in the United States, they got the possibility, they created the possibility for migrants to use that money, that subsidies. That's crazy.
I like what Dr. No Job says. I hear him say this in all his lives. All of his lives. Jamal, do you believe that Africans should get the Martin Luther King scholarship?
Oh, see, like you want to think about like integrity wise, maybe not, but like rules are rules, right? Nowhere. I know the exact
Okay,
scholarship you're talking about.
think about that. Is there a Kwame
Do we have a Lumumba scholarship over
is
here
there a
that
Lumumba
we can go tap
scholarship that
into?
we can go and tap into?
I mean, you
The
gotta
answer is
read the
no, bro.
rules.
The answer is
I get what
no.
you're trying to say, but
There
if
isn't
you
one.
wanna,
You see what I'm saying? There's no way we can get that scholarship. You see what I'm saying? Because we're not from that tribe. We're not African. But they can come over here and get our scholarships. They can come over here and get our resources. They can come over here and get accepted into our HBCUs, which keep out our people. So if one of your people got that seat in the HBCU, what about my people who qualified also, who applied also, but couldn't get that seat because you're in it?
Yeah,
come
you're
on,
Those are
man,
sitting on it.
resources.
that's unfair. There's a
Those,
lot of
those,
crackers in
those are
HBCUs as well.
resources. Again, those are resources that were designated for us that other groups are getting. Everybody does it. We got Rachel Dolezal who pretending to be us, bleaching their skin and tanning their body, saying that they parents ain't white, that they're black. We got people like that. We got $5 black people too. It's not just the Africans. It's not just the Caribbeans. We got Hispanic people who can pass for black too. We got YT people who are tanning their body and trying to pass for black also and get our resources. That's not fair, right?
Yeah, if you want to talk about like that specific scholarship, maybe integrity, should I be getting this? Maybe not. But like rules
You
are rules. You
shouldn't.
gotta read the rules.
You
But I get
shouldn't
what
get
you're
it.
saying.
But you shouldn't get it.
You
Not
shouldn't get
maybe.
it.
You shouldn't get it.
You shouldn't get it.
Yeah, if you want to like argue integrity, we could talk about that. But
No,
rules are rules.
no. Rules are when they say African American, they're not talking about African Americans. They're talking about us.
Yes, but I know the exact MLK scholarship you're talking about. Nor does it say you have to be African American. I can search the rules, I could put it up. But yeah, you're kind of right though. If you want to argue, should I be doing this? Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Where are the black Americans in Nigerian politics?
I mean, there probably aren't any, but like if they had Nigerian citizenship, they
Probably.
could do it. But
No.
again,
Yeah,
it's an argument of integrity. I get what you're
exactly.
saying.
So why don't your people have it?
I mean, I don't know. I can't speak for someone else, but yeah, I can't speak for someone else. I don't know why they decided to apply for that thing.
Because they haven't done what we've done. They haven't approached the government and said, Mr. Government official, these are the things that we want to do. These are the things we want to implement. They haven't done that. They haven't put any steps in place. Because that strong man said, if you come up here and ask me for something out of pocket, I'm going to have something for you.
I mean, you like most Africans or like the children of African immigrants, they don't really care about like, oh, let's get this thing in America. Let's like stamp our place in America. Like, you ask any African why they're in America, make money, and maybe go home, right?
Maybe go
They're here
home.
for
Not
the
even maybe,
opportunity,
like
brother.
the
You're
older
right.
ones.
You're right.
The
They're
older ones want to go
100%
home.
here for
The
the
people,
opportunity
Never
to
go home.
improve their way of life. And we don't have a problem with them doing that. The problem comes into play when they ignore everything that came before them,
The
as if
problem
it didn't
comes in
have
when they
any
tie
impact
someone like us
in their
and they're
presence
speaking
today.
on RB. The problem comes in when they're speaking on Black American issues and trying to pretend like they're one of us. That right there is the problem. I'm an American. I'm a true American. I'm a foundational Black American. Let's keep it a buck. Y'all are not.
Too much. I'm going to leave.
Y'all have the citizenship in here because of the so-called birthright rule that we're thankful Trump is trying to do away with. We don't need birthright citizen anymore in this country. We don't need that.
yeah, but it's not going anywhere, really.
No, it
It
is.
can't.
It is.
It's unconstitutional to
No, it's
take it
not.
away.
No, it's not.
It's
Because
in.
no, it's no. First of all, you don't know our Constitution to say that. It's not. That birthright citizen was for foundational Black Americans only. It was not supposed to be extended for everybody else to be born here like that.
That's true,
It was
but
only for the slaves. If you weren't a slave, that doesn't apply to you. Now, it doesn't
yes,
apply. It has no precedence anymore because it's no longer needed.
yeah, what you're saying is true. It was meant for you guys or your
Hmm.
people, but like, still, it's still in the Constitution. Anyone who's born here is an
And they
American.
can take it out too. They can take it out.
How are they
And
going to
we're going
change the
to take it out.
Constitution?
Well, don't you know Congress can change? Did you not know Congress can change the Constitution? Did you not
Uh,
know that?
I mean, it's gonna. They might be able to, but
Did
it's
you not know? Did you not know that we can amend anything as long as it
nah.
goes
Jamal,
to
you
Congress and
act
they
as if
vote
the
on it?
Constitution is written in concrete.
Yeah, it's not written. No, it's not written in concrete forever.
For
They
reasons
can,
like this,
they,
this is why we
they
need to
can
get rid of
create
it.
another amendment that nullifies that.
Mm-hmm.
Has
This is
that
why
ever
we need to
They
happened
get rid of
actually,
before?
it.
they can't nullify it. They can't nullify an amendment.
Prove it.
I don't know how to share my screen on this. I'm like,
There you
It
go.
has to
I'm not
go
even
through a
old. I've just
No,
particular
never
process.
done
No,
it
it
before.
has
prove
to
it.
go through a particular process, and basically,
It can
most
be.
of the House and Senate and
If the
almost
Supreme Court
2/3 of the
justice
states have to approve the amendment change
if the
if it's going to
Supreme
be
Court
something that
justice
significant.
But
deems
they
it
won't need
as
an
no
amendment change if
longer
the
needed,
Supreme Court makes an opinion on it. Basically, what it is that's what they need to do is they just need to acknowledge that's what it was for, and we have been played by everybody, coming in here infiltrating our country, and that's not what it was for. And I hope they go retroactive on it as well, because we have a lot of people here that are not patriots. I'm gonna say
Okay,
they hate
people,
our country.
tap the screen, because we are stuck at 7.3K. We have to go to 10,000. Tap the screen and share the live. Hey,
get
I'm
us to
going to leave,
10K.
guys. I'm listening to you guys. I wish you a very beautiful day, because it's a beautiful day over here.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I wish they'd
Have
go
a good
ahead and
day.
go retroactive on it because there's a lot of people here that they came over here and they treat us so differently. Like we're not, you know what I'm saying? We're not the original Americans. We are the American. We're the only people that are American. Anybody else, they are not Americans. They're
Yeah,
U,
I hear
they're
that, but
US,
like
Yeah,
you
they're
kind of
all
I
gotta.
actually
hold
agree
on,
with
hold
you
on,
on a
I'm
lot
not
of
done.
this.
They're US
Sorry.
constitutional citizens. It's a different than what we are. We're
right,
nationals. So understand that.
right. If you look again, I got to get y'all go look up the Webster's Dictionary of 1828 and look up the definition of American. Europeans were not included in that definition in the original definition of America because they knew they were immigrants here. They knew it. It wasn't until the 1900s when they were really considered themselves Americans. The Irish start coming over here and they start saying, "Oh, we're American, we're American." They knew they were immigrants first, and then they became accepted as the Americans later, or accepted into YT community later. But we were the only Americans. How do we know? There were three classifications that we went through. There was American Negro. That's us. There's the American Creole. That's also us. And then there was the African Negro. Why would they need to distinguish between Negroes
Yeah,
if it
well, I mean,
wasn't
is your argument that
already?
we all came from African Americans? Because yes, we
No,
did.
no.
I
Listen.
mean, all of us came from African America.
Well, no. If Americans came from America, Africans came from Africa.
No, I know, but all humans came from African America, is what I'm saying. Every human known to man came from
Came from
African America.
came from Africans,
No,
right?
they may have come from black people, but black people were the
Came
Or
from
original
sorry,
people
sorry,
on the
not African
planet.
Yeah,
America. Jesus, Africa.
yeah,
we are
Africa.
different
Okay,
people though.
okay, but that doesn't make you African, sir.
Well, yeah, no, it's
People
just if
moved
you fall back
around.
far enough.
People moved around, but we can't go back that far. People moved around and
No,
became
I
their
agree. I
own
agree.
distinct ethnic group. People moved
No, yeah, but
around.
what are you saying though? Like I'm an Irish American, right? But like my family came here, I don't know, 200 years ago whenever our potatoes fucking died. You
Ellis
know?
Island.
Like
Yeah.
I'm an American.
Oh, good.
Like,
Let me ask you a question.
yeah, what's up?
Do you does your family do you go back to Ireland and do you know your family out there?
No, we don't. So the thing is, like, that was a that was a long time ago. We've been in the United States
No,
for
not. No,
generations.
is that what they just told you, or you actually know that you have family there and you just don't visit them?
No, I mean I know they told me, and then I got a DNA test done too.
And you
Yeah,
have
but the
ancestors
DNA
that are
test don't
still.
mean anything.
Does the DNA? No, hold on. Does the DNA test show that you have ancestors still in Ireland?
Um, I didn't go that far. It just said a percentage, and then I kind of stopped.
So,
I didn't
so
really
it,
care too
it
much.
did it didn't tell you all your relatives that you have. It didn't show you that.
No, it did. I know that. I mean, everyone's a percentage
Okay,
African.
okay. So you have. So what percentage African were you, sir?
I was a very low percentage. I was like two, or I was like 3%.
Like 2 or 3%. Okay, got you. So this is what I'm saying. When I do my DNA test and I look for living ancestors today, none of them show up in Africa. All my ancestors come from America,
America.
living and unalived, come from
Well,
here
yeah.
in America. My family's been here longer than your family, over
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
100 years.
I'm not arguing with you about
Before
like
I know. I'm
any of
just saying,
that.
before the founding of this country, my people were already here. They had a listen. Copper-colored
Hey,
races was us. That's the
hey, but I
true
want to ask him a
definition of an
question.
American. The true definition of American, according to the Webster Dictionary of 1828, is indigenous copper-colored races found here by Europeans. That's the definition of an American. Irish were not included in Americans until much later. Not even 200 years ago were they considered American.
I mean, I
You
agree
know,
with that.
you know when Irish started to be considered American? When they got their YT card. Because they weren't considered white at first.
No, I know. We
It
were
wasn't
very
until the
looked down upon. We were stealing their jobs
it
too.
wasn't until the late 1800s, early 1900s that they got their YT card. And the Irish are the ones that started the Klan. The Irish are the ones that became the police officers and the firemen. Those are the three things the Irish are known for here in the United States: the Klan, police
Well,
officers.
I didn't start the Klan myself, you know.
I
Hey,
didn't
so
say
hey,
you
hey,
did,
let me ask you this question though.
but
Hey,
that's
Yeah,
what
what's
you
up?
guys are known
do you
for.
know your how your family got here? Do you know anything about that?
No, not too much. My dad, like, I'm from Texas originally. Um, wait, can I counter with a question, just a real quick one? Who did y'all vote for in the 2024 election? Like, was it Trump mainly based on immigration?
It's Trump because for me, it's Trump because of the immigration, and then he's the only person in history that's publicly admitted to that we are the original people of this land. So everybody else is foreigners. I mean, that's just basically what it comes down to.
He admitted that.
That's what it is for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but do you feel like I'm a foreigner? Like, do you think I'm not a U.S. citizen, even though I was born in Texas and
Well,
like we've been here
you're
for
different.
No, we
generations?
wouldn't say
You're
you're not a
different because
U.S.
you're not.
citizen.
Hold
Wouldn't
Yeah.
say you're not a
on.
U.S.
U.S.
citizen.
citizen and an American are two different things. You're
Oh
not
yeah, yeah.
American,
I agree. I agree. I'm Irish.
right? You're not an American.
Yeah.
You're Irish and you're a U.S. citizen because you came here. Your family came here 200 years ago as immigrants.
Mm.
That's what I believe. I'm an American.
Yeah, no,
Indigenous.
definitely.
We're
Yeah.
indigenous though.
What
That's
about
the thing.
like Native Americans though?
Native Americans are totally different than us.
They're
We're
totally
American
different than us.
Indians. So
Say that one more time?
They're totally different
native,
than us. The
Native
Native
Americans
Americans.
are
Go
foreigners
ahead.
too.
Yeah, they're foreigners too. They came. They have more Serbian Asiatic than they have Negroid. They're
You
not.
are
Oh yeah,
familiar
oh
with the
yeah.
5 tribes, right?
Yeah,
The
they're
5
not.
The
They're not.
five
civilized tribes,
tribes?
right? You
Can
are
you
familiar with
explain
them.
it to me? Can you explain it
The
to me?
5 civilized tribes were the 5 tribes that agreed with the South,
The Confederacy
the Confederacy.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay.
and the
Okay.
uncivilized tribes were the ones that had this color skin. Who whenever they say go back to the history books, go back to the actual words that these generals were telling you. They say we are not fighting an Indian war, we're fighting a Negro war. Those are their words. When they were fighting against the indigenous people of this land, they said we are fighting a Negro war. Why? Because we were the ones with the afros and the twists with this color skin, and we were giving y'all the business. We were fighting for our land. Seminole is nothing more than, it's not even the real tribe that they come from. That's just the name that they got, that they inherited. Seminole just means runaway slave. The Choctaw, the Creek wasn't even their real tribe. They were just called Creeks because they were people that lived by the creek. But that's not the name. That's not the real name of their tribe. But they were us. The real slave trade didn't happen over there in Africa. It happened right here. Right here. The moment they said no more Africans can come and slavery is over, they started the biggest slave trade of them all. They started reclassifying American Indians as colored, Negro, and then black.
1808. Yep.
That's what they did, sir. We've been reclassified. And those that didn't go through the Trail of Tears and get put on reservations, they became black.
U.S. citizens.
That's where you get all your black Southern brothers from. A lot of the brothers that coming from the South, those are indigenous. They're not Africans.
And
May I may I
let me
join in
let
add
me
on a little
clarify.
bit?
Let me clarify for him, so he can understand. Like, okay, a lot of people still use the term Native American loosely, because that's a new term. See, in the Constitution, this is American Indian, and one thing you know is like they don't never go by American Indian because they know we are the real American Indians. So they're in cahoots, and some of them are called $5 Indians. Basically, they just stole our birthrights by identity theft and signing over on the dolls rolls for $5. That's where that term comes from. Getting their name put on there to steal our land, and then raping our women and having kids and getting land that way. So pretty much, like if you're conscious and understand, you understand. You don't go by native, you go by American Indian, and that's why we have different terms as in Autochthonous, indigenous, aboriginal. That's all of us because we're the root race of the world, and there's facts. It's a lot more to it, but it's a whole lot in that little bit I just told you that blow your mind. But what we've been taught, we all been taught the big lie, and that's one thing I do like about Trump is he getting out all that fake history, and he's trying to give us a chance. If people just understand and listen, they can learn something.
I wanna
Fair enough.
add
Fair
on to
enough.
what was being said, if you don't mind. Thanks, host, for allowing me to come up. Can I go? I don't want to.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Real quick.
Appreciate
Go ahead.
it. Peace to everybody on the panel as well. So my family's from Virginia. On one side of my family, when you look up the genealogy, there's no slaves. So when I personally was going and looking up this information, I wasn't even going with the intention thinking that I was not from Africa, because that wasn't ever really a concept that I even had thought of. In all honesty, though I never had conversations with my parents saying that we were from Africa, but we were taught in school that we were from Africa, so it was just like a thing just to be thought, right? But my on my mother's side, when I found that there was no Africans, it made me actually have to go and look to understand like what was going on. And I think, like you said, with everybody else, that's the hardest part, is for people to get to the point to realize that the majority of us didn't come from another plane, and the game is to make us think we did. So either we will not look to where we are to claim back our heritage, so they can continue to control the resources in this land, because that's what it's about. Really, it's about them controlling the land. And Tony, I know you said you got lost by the Trump thing. Trump quite literally said we built this nation. He also was going after the Indians back in the day. That when he said those Indians don't look like Indians to me, he was quite literally explaining to y'all then that the individuals that were faking like they were Indians aren't the real Indians. This is why he's always been in the circles of melanated people way before anything pertaining to politics. There's someone that is of that value and has that amount of money has never played in our circles when they didn't need to get a benefit from us. Whether he sued to allow Latinos and Black Americans to go into Mar-a-Lago to be patrons, all of these things are stuff that he did, down to when Mandela needed a plane. Yes, he paid for it, but he still brought him a plane. Gaddafi also needed a plane at one point in time when he came to, not a plane, but he was able to build a tent in the Americas when he was trying to do some work in general. I don't remember the specific work, but he was the only one that allowed him to do it, because the government also denied him from being able to set up his tents, or give him access to a place to set up those tents, for whatever event it was. We have to realize this reset that's happening in this time. Though I don't agree with everything that's being done by Trump, you can also go look up the executive order that just came out a couple of days ago, which is called the White House's Initiative to Excellence and Innovation for HBCUs, and read through that whole thing. I just posted the 12 minutes. I read it, and it explains what's going on. We've literally been lied to. The information that we've been given through school, everything is a fucking lie. I'll let my plane there because I know I've been going on for a second.
No. That was real righteous for you to say that and speak that. Listen, did y'all know Trump doesn't drink?
Yeah, exactly.
He
Because
doesn't smoke. Can you imagine being at all these Hollywood parties, all
I
these
want to add to
prestigious
though. Trump
events,
support. He
and
supported the Black Panthers.
and he's not drinking, but everybody else is drugged up. You got to be smart to know. I'm thankful that I had people that looked out for me and loved me, and they gave me the game early when I was trying to get into Hollywood. He said, don't drink nothing at these Hollywood parties because everything is drugged. Don't hang out at the studio till 12, 3 in the morning because bad things can happen. You get your work done before 3 p.m. if the latest 5, and then you take your butt home. You treat it like a job. Can you imagine being in the Hollywood scene and everybody else around you is drinking, smoking, and doing some type of drugs, and you're the only one clean?
And staying.
That's Trump.
Yeah, that's why he's sharp mentally.
That's Trump. You could say, oh, he's not that smart, or oh, he's this. Well, he has sense enough not to drink the Kool-Aid.
He's
Okay.
not a rapist, Tony.
Now, you know I'm not a Trump man or fan in this regard, but I will say this: I have not heard about Trump and Gaddafi. I'm gonna have to have some proof in this one. I have not heard about Trump and the Black Panthers.
Billy Hudson. I'll confirm what Niji's saying. Billy Hudson is the one that came out and stated that Trump assisted in funding the Black Panthers, and Billy Hudson was one of the.
Right, but let me say this. Let's just look at what he's recently done.
Yeah.
And I don't care what nobody says. If Trump didn't speak out for Shador Sanders, he wouldn't have got drafted. All of a sudden, Trump speaks out about Shador Sanders, and Cleveland Browns pick him up.
And cousin, I don't know. Like I said, if you look up White House initiative that just came out, I read it all the way through. It's about 12. From me reading, it was about 12 minutes long. It literally.
Well, my position, I can only say it like this, bro. When it comes to executive orders, I really don't give them a lot of weight.
I know,
because they're only good as long as that particular president is in office. As soon as he get up out of there, the next president can do away with all of that.
I mean,
so the more executive orders that he puts through, it just doesn't.
Hold on, bro.
There's no laws there. There's just his opinion.
You cut me off, bro. You didn't let me finish, bro. At least let me finish, bro. I get what you're saying to a certain extent, but a lot of the stuff that is being done is a continuation of what was done in his first time in office. So when we look at individuals such as Angela Stanton, which was a woman that was released from jail, even back then, people would say it was a publicity stunt, but she talked about her own personal experience when she got released, and part of what she went through was she was pregnant while she was in jail, and she was chained to the jail.
I remember that.
This is her telling her story.
Yeah, I remember that.
Basically chained to the jail while she was having her baby. And when Trump released her, he also made it illegal for them to be able to chain women to the beds while they're giving birth. So there's a lot of different aspects.
Didn't he make that one black woman who was wrongfully in prison, made her the person that helps other people get out of prison? She's supposed to look into all these cases.
Yeah, 90. So even to go into the First Step Act, statistically wise, 95% of the individuals for one specific piece of the act, which was revolving around the 𝗖𝗍𝗁 aspect of what we were getting locked up for, 95 of those people that got released on that program were Black Americans. 65% overall through the whole First Step Act in general that were affected and able to be released were Black people. So it's quite literally was reversing what the mass incarceration bill did in general to our people. So when we say that a man says is doing certain things, we got to look at the totality of the situation, because realistically, he is literally reversing slavery, because mass incarceration is slavery.
Yeah.
And so we can say executive orders don't work, but these people are free. We're talking about thousands and thousands of people that are actually free.
Let's not go back in the past and bring up Central Park 5 and all that stuff. Listen, let's just look at what Trump is doing today. He hasn't put any policies into effect that affect Black Americans. That's number one. He hasn't made one policy that is detrimental to our community.
Agreed.
He's not focusing on our community. He's taking the eyes off of Black Americans and putting it on deportation, putting it on other things that we're happy about. We want him to get rid of some of these illegals out of here. It's like he's going after all the enemies of Black Americans. The 3-letter alphabet. He's going up. He's dismantling that. Secret Service. Central Intelligence. He's going after all of the enemies that came against us. Now, whether he's doing that for a benevolent reason, for something good, or his own selfish interest or selfish gain, it doesn't matter, because in the end, it benefits us. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. So we can keep being critical and saying all this, trying to hold Trump accountable. Yes, hold Trump accountable. Yes, but don't think that a Democrat in office would have been better.
And cousin, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be frank with you, bro. I'm gonna be frank with everybody on here. I didn't vote for Trump. I didn't vote for either one. I have my own picks in general that I don't agree with, but I do have the ability to look at a situation and understand what things are benefiting me, even if I don't fully agree or like a guy. The reason I didn't vote for him, to point it out, is because of the exact thing that's happening currently right now, which is the Gaza thing, and I wasn't sure.
Tony, I need you to come up on the panel and defend your comment. I need you to come up on the panel. Don't hide. We're not going to be rude. We're not just come up here, stand on business, and defend your viewpoint.
She ain't gonna come.
Because here's the thing. I'm on camera. You can see me. I'm not hiding behind nothing with the way I talk.
And even when she brought up, I don't know if that's a he or she, but
go to the other room. Just go to the restroom real quick. Everybody got to use the restroom real quick, and just hop on for a minute. We're not gonna disrespect you. Don't disrespect us. And let's have a 5-minute decent conversation, and you say what you need to say.
I'd say go in the kitchen rather than the bathroom.
Yeah, go in the kitchen. I'm sorry. Go in the kitchen. Go get something to drink. Get you some water. Go in the kitchen real quick, and then come up and say what you got to say, because a lot of people, I'm gonna tell you, listen, a lot of y'all are under propaganda and witchcraft. Heavy propaganda and heavy witchcraft. You've been spun a narrative by the legacy media. Listen, everybody in America has been under heavy propaganda and witchcraft.
Heavy.
And it's time that you come out. It's time that you wake up.
Don't create no issues in your relationship, Tony.
That TV is never gonna help you. It's only gonna hurt you. If you understand what a psyop is, that's exactly what television is. It's a psyop. It's here to desensitize you to what's really going on. Understand that.
They said that in these times.
We got somebody in the comments who understand what's going on.
Yep.
All that is Central Intelligence. Listen, all those movie stars and actors that you think are so awesome and so great, they're in on it. I don't trust nobody in Hollywood.
Nobody.
I don't trust nobody in legacy media, in Hollywood. I don't trust no Al Sharpton. No, I don't trust anybody that they appoint to speak for my people. Unless they come from the grassroots, I don't trust them. If they come from the Democratic Party, I don't. If they come from the Republican Party, I don't trust. Listen, I don't. The only reason why I like Trump is because Trump is not either of those.
Mm-hmm.
He's not either. He's really an outsider. He's really more of a Democrat than he is a Republican.
Yeah.
He was just smart to run under the Republican ticket because he knew what the Democrats were.
Right. You want to know what made me actually really get to this point though with Trump? I came across the video of Bradley. Damn, I don't know why he's the prosecutor of Epstein. I came across the video of a guy that does not like Trump that actually was interviewing him, and he was coming out. It was 2016, but he's discussing 2008 because he's the person that went and sent out all of the subpoenas for everyone involved in the Epstein case in 2008. And he ultimately explains that when he was serving those subpoenas, the only individual that came down under their own volition and gave hours of information on his was Trump. You know, so and he pretty much explains like the information that he also gave, it was actually credible as well. So it led to assisting in them
But you
arresting
know
Epstein.
why? Again, listen. Let me give y'all the rundown real quick if y'all don't know. If you're on any type of ecstasy for a long time, you become a degenerate. That's a fact. That's a fact. If you've done ecstasy and you do it for a long period of time, you become a degenerate. Puff Daddy didn't start out that way. But the moment Puff Daddy started partying and doing all those whatever stuff he do, he became a degenerate. Anybody who's ever been on those type of psychological DRUGSs,
Mm-hmm.
it alters your mind. And it turns you in. Listen, those cocktails that they got, prime example, Kanye. Yay. The reason why he's out there like that, because they tried to get him. They gave him one of those little, I don't even know if I can say that on here, so I'm not going to go too far. But you drink one of those drinks at those parties, or somebody give you something, they say it's for a headache and this and that. Man, those are things that alter your mind, and
You got slipped to Mickey.
they
Yeah.
change you. They
Yeah.
change you. Yeah. I don't know. Does somebody know too much of the truth in the chat? But
Yeah.
yeah, that stuff, it changes and alters you. And again, think about this. You don't think Trump knew what was going on? This brother didn't drink. This brother didn't smoke, but he firsthand witness of what happened. He watched them. He watched the bar. The bar was already spiked before you showed up. So everybody who got a drink got spiked.
Full observant. Yeah, he's a
Observant
full
in
on
his
observant.
right mind.
Yeah, absolutely. He was basically a watcher. And this is another thing I always thought too, because these people, the people in these spaces, especially this, like they don't just get into them in a whim. Like they are bred for these. And when I really started understanding how often as a kid he was even in the White House, so the level of awareness and understanding, even if he's an idiot, right? I'm not saying he is, but even if he was an idiot, he still has a higher level of intelligence than any of us down here do, because he was rotating with those type of individuals his whole life. And then to understand real estate in the state that he's in, he went through the roughest aspect, having to deal with individuals such as the mafia. And you have mafia bosses literally talking about how they were trying to mess with him and couldn't get through to him to get him to do what he wanted, even back then. Like, one thing for sure is this: whether you like him or not, it's pretty evident he's evidently straightforward with a lot more than what people want to give him credit for on the other side sometimes. And I think that's one of the things for me that's the wildest thing, is because we're looking at someone that he literally said what he was going to do, and he is doing it. Like, he's doing, whether you like it or not, he's doing exactly what he said he was going to do.
Yeah, man.